Um, Yep, so we have Jerome with us in the party, and the party's now going on this hunt to find the creature that, when the tower or the Temple Obscura, that structure on the mountain overlooking the Skull of Vale Valley and Bardstock, you guys collapsed it um, when you destroyed it. They're left like this an entryway to a cave down below in the forest line. The party has been given three Pegasi, and these Pegasus, each of them, you guys all have, riding now and being able to fly through the air. Taroxys is now wearing those wings that were granted abilities by the artisan who created them for Perforos. The party is attacked by griffins, get through that situation, and then land, and then are attacked almost immediately by a rock creature with green diamond-like gems in its structure that are glowing that seem to power it. They are able to overcome this threat, and then while they're kind of huffing and puffing and preparing for some rest, which they were trying to do before, the scorpion shows up. We know that this person, thing, whoever they are, has an allegiance to Erebos. Takes off the mask, shows that it's actually not a returned at all, but a human woman in features. And the scorpion arrives as Proxenos is dying, or right after Proxenos has died from the wound that he had taken some episodes ago. He tells everyone not to fret, that Proxenos is going to see his father, and that in time, he'll have that ability to return, but puts the ownership on the party to take care of the body, make sure nothing bad happens to the kid while he's dead, or while he's transferred over to the other world or the afterlife. And that's where we left off. Anybody want to add anything else in there that I might have left out, or that you feel is relevant to today's session?
Really should have written this down, but Fitz stabilized me, right? Because I was at zero.
I don't remember anybody dying at the end of the episode. I remember Fitz saying like, separate Proxenos, like dying from natural combat. At least Proxenos died from a bad die roll, a bad saving throw that he had been taking for several sessions.
Okay.
I would probably have to go back and watch, but somebody was saying that they remember Fitz saying I run over and cast Cure Wounds. Did you have a Cure Wounds slot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fitz definitely did that. Do you want to roll a D8? And
I'm pretty sure she did it, so maybe she just rolls the D8, because I'm pretty sure she already spent the slot. So I remember her actively
so she just re-roll the D8
saying that, unless you think you did it.
No, I just want to make sure.
Because it was very much last minute, like at the end of when we wrapped everything up.
We were just we're not leaving anyone dying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have closed the game out if someone was probably dying, so usually
I just have big notes that say I tried to heal Proxenos and it didn't work. Oh no. Just very, very big.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah.
We found our replacement
I will
human.
roll a D8 to heal. I rolled a 5.
Okay.
Good.
Is it 5 plus
More than
anything?
he had.
Your charisma?
Wisdom?
Yeah.
Charisma?
It's plus
charisma.
4.
Amazing.
Plus 4.
So
She is a charisma caster. She's a bard.
I'm charismatic. What can I say?
There we go.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, it's much better.
I had a note that I wanted to add because it was a cool moment.
Yeah.
That while we were fighting the griffins, Jerome did a trick shot. On the final griffin, he was falling off of a Pegasus, and Telmoon held him by the horn, and he did the final blow.
Yes. He actually
cool
leveled
points.
up from that, which is meta-wise, it has turned him from a
He's
regular
low-key.
satyr to a thorn bearer, which are a little bit stronger now.
Yeah, he's a problem now. Like he can,
good.
He can do stuff.
I'll try not to make him too mad.
In case I need it.
So he took 15 hit points of damage earlier, so I have to transfer that to new Jerome, which would be
New Jerome
new
2.0.
Jerome 2.0. He's a sidekick in my character sheet.
Oh my.
I'll be right back.
I didn't know what to make him. There's miscellaneous, there's pets.
Don't worry,
There's
he'll
only
be,
so
Oh my
many
God.
options.
Parents are pets, right?
you can have him as sidekick now, but later on, just
He can
remember
be-
he will be your daddy. It's
He
fine.
could be. Maybe I'm. He's my mount. Maybe that's.
You're not gonna make Jerome a pet, are you?
Vehicle. There's just
Oh.
options of like what category I put him
Yeah,
into.
yeah. You put him in pet for now if that works. That makes
He's a
it easier.
sidekick, is what we
Sidekick.
have. I have
That's
him
what
under.
it should be. Sidekick. Okay.
All right, I'm deleting old Jerome. Get out of here, pathetic.
Good call.
Jerome.
That was his level up moment. Well, it was like early evening when you arrived, so the stars are out, or the rolling sky that is the Nyx, and it's quiet. You know, after all of that, the cacophonous sound of the rolling, kind of the moving gears of the rock creature now laid to rest, no longer animate. It's only thing that really lights this little forest grove, an entryway to the cave, which is just pitch black, is the moon overhead that wafts amongst the clouds, and those little glowing pieces of rock laying strewn about, and the pieces that are left over from the creature, almost lighting, like giving them a faint fluorescent green glow as they're slowly like kind of dying out, but cascading that light as you all are lying around the now deceased body of Proxinos. Probably at a point of, you know, being tired, or needing rest, deciding when it's time to go into this cave to continue this hunt. I turn it over to the party to just see where you all, where's their head at? Where's the Bronze Bullies? Where are they at right now? How are they feeling? You're muted, Telmoon.
Right. Screen. Here we go. Apo, how long will he stay fresh?
I am not sure. But we do need to move the body. Can't remain here.
Should.
What do we tell his mom?
Nothing.
What? We're just gonna carry him around with us until he decides to just come back? How?
You have room in
Think-
the back?
I imagine he's small enough to like fit in a backpack on Turok. For some reason, I see him being carried around like Weekend at Bernie's on Taroxi's back.
It's not morbid.
That is more. I'm sorry. Should.
Could have at least turned into a squirrel before he died.
How inconvenient of you to die in your human form, in your useless human form.
Really, just drag
Possible
him
to
by the
polymorph
ankles.
a dead person.
It's an object, so
they're an
yeah.
object.
Yeah, it actually is. It's possible. That could make
Only
things
had two
easier.
polymorph.
Oh God, that'd make it even worse if you're gonna shove him in that bag of yours.
But no, because if he comes back and he needs to breathe, there's
true.
no air in there. He'll die. That's not a solution.
Take the
Apotexis
bag
grabs his arm and just drops it. I don't think he's coming back anytime soon.
Which is why
I think his mother would understand, considering she's dealt with Erebos before.
He is just going to talk to his father. I don't know if we have to go tattle.
maybe she has a way of keeping him, not extra dead.
Suddenly, there's like a rustling at the bushes, at one of the bushes, maybe 20 feet away from you all. And then the rustling in another bush, and the rustling in another bush. And Jerome is like, "Oh hell, what's that?" And all the bushes are moving at the same, in almost like a half circle. And you hear these light footsteps in the cold, wet mud earth, and these figures begin to appear. And under the moonlight, they're pale, they're slender, and they're decayed, and they've got mud all over them. Skeletons with mud caked in different areas, holding ragged Jagged weapons look like soldiers that died long ago. The wind kind of picks up, and their jaws, some of them kind of hanging off. They begin to kind of march forward. What do you do?
This is the last thing we need.
And then the wind whistles, and the skeletons don't speak, but the wind, you can kind of hear voices traveling around you. Do not concern yourself with the body. If you need to continue, we will watch him for you.
How preserved do these bodies look?
They are skeletal. And you get the feeling they have come to watch Proxinos' body. They have come to stand guard. And they just kind of stand there looking back and forth. Little red, almost like not like a flickering greenish flame in each of their sockets deep inside, as they kind of move almost robotically back and forth. Clearly no kind of personality to them, very much robotic in nature.
Works for me.
I mean, yeah, this is a lot more considerate than Erebos has ever been with us.
Do we trust it? Is it an illusion? I trust nothing.
It's not like they can kill him more.
You can walk up and see if you can touch them, or they don't have they're not like, they came out with their weapons out, but like in guard sets, they're not in aggressive stances at all. They're literally just and they've kind of stopped at a perimeter, in front of you all, not invading your space unless allowed in, but they are standing kind of around the perimeter of all of you.
Is there like a leader guy, one of them?
There is one of them that is a
slightly
little bit
bigger skeleton,
taller, slightly bigger, a little bit heavier, and a bunch of the teeth are missing on that one, and the back of the skull is fractured and out when it turns, and it doesn't have a helmet, but it's the bigger one, and the armor, some of the tattered leather armor still in there that shows that it kind of leather armor mixed with like some old dirty chainmail. That one kind of stands out, and it's kind of the one at the center.
Fitz is gonna march right up to him and poke him in the sternum and say, if anything happens to my friend over there while we're gone, I don't know where we're going, while we're gone, I don't care how dead you are now, but you're gonna be so much more dead when I'm done with you. You got that?
Kind of leans down to get closer to as eye level as it can get with Fitz, and it nods like it understands.
It's good enough for me. Okay, where are we going, you guys?
Well, you're at the mouth of a cave, the same cave that both Taroxys and Apodexis heard that hissing. That large, loud hissing sound sound like a very large creature coming from within. That's where you're at.
I'm gonna need a nap at least if we're going anywhere.
Yeah, I'm about ready to follow Proxinos.
Didn't Proxinos make a dome for us to heal in?
That was dissipated as soon as the big.
That was before the golem
magic
fight.
dies.
Yeah.
Dang it!
His magic dies when he does.
Dies when he dies. Yeah.
That too.
If he dies, his magic dies.
You would
That's
find
really inconvenient.
He's not an artificer.
you would
Gosh,
find
can I
supplies
wait an hour?
for cooking. That's about it.
Suddenly there's a roar, like a roar that perks the ears even on Apple, because Apple can definitely roar with the best of them. Roar. And then it kind of echoes, and as that roar echoes from somewhere beyond the tree line, a bunch of birds that were probably like sleeping at night kind of take off. You can kind of see them leaving into the sky, and you can hear rustling in the trees yet again. What happens next?
Apu moves towards the sound.
All right, so Apple is like on edge as he's like approaching.
He still has that rifle staff thing.
And Apple, as there's this, as you approach the sound, there's like this mist. Nick, tell me the color. What does this mist look like, or this smoke?
White.
It was white mist emanating from. I'll allow you to take over.
And above the cliffs, as you see the mist, where the birds fluttered away, it continues to rise up into the air. And then leaping something really fast all the way down with a heavy slam. And raising up, you see golden fur. What looks like some sort of chest piece, a golden belt, and what looks like blood splatter on the face and chest piece. Sharp teeth. Look at you specifically, Apple.
Does
And-
this? Oh, continue.
Oh,
No,
you're just giving everyone a moment.
Yep. Yeah, Apple. Does this look like a threat to you? Does this? What do you-
Apo stands up from that crouching position. He stands up to his full height and then walks right toward him.
And
The whole time making that low that the Leonin would make as they're sniffing and trying to suss out what it is.
the same kind of reverberation as the large figure walks in tandem towards Apo.
You're in the wrong place.
Oh, I'm not. I found you.
Did not need to be found.
I beg to differ. And besides, I got my own plans. Puts a hand on your shoulder. Good to see you again, nephew.
And you just see Apo just like his shoulders just kind of sag like
Do you have a picture of this fellow that you could share in the chat or put behind?
Oh,
the-
yes, I can. And you see
Oh, dang, his
his-
head's cut off.
his head's cut off. I need to
Oh, thank goodness he does.
You can
have
just load
heads.
him in. You can load him into the chat where we can like where we could JPEG. We can all just click.
yeah, I'll load it into the chat.
Next game I'll have him printed. I swear.
All right. There we go.
Mm.
Never
Nice.
watched the face of your life, huh? Just full. Love it.
So it seems whoever this new challenger, this newcomer, has left everyone speechless except for Apple. It's like it's been one surprise after another tonight for sure. The Griffins and the Rockman, then the skeletons. Even the skeletons are kind of looking at each other like, like what is going on?
I mean, is it safe or do we kill it? Apple.
Hello there.
Kill
in
it.
a big voice.
Oh,
It's
Are you guys in any condition to actually kill it with the party being after that last fight?
fits.
we don't have
remember the
any sort of
conversation?
brains behind things like this, sir.
And following up, I am the ultimate hunter, the king of the ring. I am the apex predator.
And as his mist starts to dissipate, strangely that music comes with the entrance every single time.
After winning the current championship in Melitus, I was seeking Ubron's bullies.
Why?
Well, my nephew over here been hearing about his exploits, and I wanted to be a part of it.
Apple, is he really your uncle?
Can I have a history check from everyone? Pretty low history check too, so
Oh wow.
Don't jinx it.
22.
That's a 10.
17.
16.
17.
whether you follow the world of pancratian wrestling as it relates to the spectacle as it is in Melitus, it's very different in Akros, right? Akros, it's the real deal. It's UFC. In Melitus, it still have some of that, but there is a very grand. Which last time you guys visited, you do remember the likes of Hulk Hokules. You have heard this. If you scored above a DC 10 on that history check, you have heard of the Apex Hunter.
Predator.
He's a big Apex Predator. He's a big time pancratian wrestler. And you all start to think it's interesting. Those performers get a lot of crap for sometimes by those from the mostly Acroian cultures as not being like the realists. But by all means, if you've ever seen Hulk Hokules in action, they are athletes true and true. And maybe that speaks to why the Apex Predator has come here. We can continue. So that just to share that you all know. You guys have heard the name. It doesn't mean you necessarily have seen him in action, but you've the name rings a bell.
Oh, dang, that name definitely rings a bell.
Why, hello there.
So do you have any special skills or anything? We're kind of hurt. Do you do medicine? Are you good with instruments? Are you playing that music?
It comes with the show.
He
And you're
is-
looking at one of the best, if not the best wrestler of Theros.
Damn. Can I get an autograph?
You may.
I just pull out the magical quill that I have, so it'll never go away. It's a permanent signature.
And where do you want it signed?
Shoot, I still have the diary or the old notes from Exekias. I'll find a blank page and I'll rip it out. I'll give him a.
You see that he scribbles the image of 3 claw marks in a specific scratch. There you go, little champ. And with 2 heavy pats on the shoulder.
I probably fall over.
Apple will grab you from the back of your shirt and lift you upright.
Apple, your uncle's kind of cool.
He's a big bag of wind. That's his magical power.
Does he come with an inside voice?
No.
But if he hangs
It's
out with
why-
us,
It's why I'm trying to learn the spell
We got
silence.
family members on here now. This is gonna
Yeah.
get interesting.
if he ends up hanging out with us all the time, we'll have an intro theme when we do stuff.
Ooh.
But
That's
it's
good for
his intro
branding.
theme.
I mean, it was pretty cool.
Apple
I'm
just
pro
gives you
intro
like
theme.
gives you like the dirtiest look ever. Like, really, really.
Last person who came and tried to rebrand us, you guys threatened. That was a god.
Yeah, but he didn't want to add to what we had already built. He wanted to completely rebrand us. That's not cool.
Rebranding is not cool.
See? He's cool. He gets it.
Does the Mist play any other songs?
It plays one song, and that song is the Apex Predator song.
It's not budging, guys.
I imagine, unless Nick says otherwise, that because in Melitus they are a combination of what we would call scientists meets or alchemy. There's a combination of that, magic, and all of it. So, it is the magic of the music and the showmanship, like the smoke and all that, emits from the belt. Or did you have it otherwise? Is it what?
It's part of the belt. Yes.
It's part. Okay, makes sense. So see, yeah, that's what I was thinking. So it's like the belt allows him to kind of do that, and so he's right. It only plays that one song.
Well, shoot, we were just gonna like sit down and rest for maybe an hour, or do you guys need more than that?
Hunter
I
can
can
wait.
I can use as many hours as we could spare, but an hour works.
I can initiate repairs in an hour.
So we're
An
just
hour's
going
a
to
good
short
start.
rest.
Do we know what we're going up against in that cave, or we just know it sounds scary?
Second one.
Okay.
And so far, remember, guys, this going after this is all this monster in this cave is. This is all under the party's doing what the party's going after.
Yeah. We don't even know if the thing in the cave is what we're looking for. We just know there's something in there.
Nice way of saying if there's a TPK, it's our fault. Got it.
We just know that Nikki isn't letting Jerome get that ring unless we kill that thing. So
He kind of fought with us in 2 big battles 8 hours ago.
He did just fight with you literally that. So the fight with the rock creature just happened literally minutes ago. The fight with the griffins happened minutes before that, so maybe 20 minutes before that. So he survived some interesting encounters so far.
So what we're
Gosh,
saying
that
is
was pretty
Jerome
cool.
should go in first.
Yeah. He's over there kind of quiet. He's like, "Excuse me." What? No. I'll stay back with Tel Moon over here. Kind of like, but he does seem there is an air of like he's not changed. He's not anybody that was an hour ago, but he is a little bit more confident, and you can tell that the way you all pumped him up, the way he felt when he killed that griffin, I'm sure has made him feel a little bit more comfortable and a little bit at a place in his mind where he's like, maybe I can do this.
he was the coolest new family member for a good 10 minutes.
So short rest, long rest. How you guys?
That's up to the DM. I'm not moving until somebody tries to kill me or drags me up. So
It's not up to me. What you say? Okay, so you say you guys are gonna go start resting.
Moon
So
is fully shutting down into Roxy's feet.
got it. So does the talk to me, party.
I'm gonna scout ahead while they rest
Okay, and where are you gonna scout ahead to?
into the cave
Into the cave. Okay.
Then Apple will go with Leto.
Okay.
because
The Apex Predator will go along with.
If you turn on that stupid belt, I will bite your hands off.
You haven't lost that spirit there.
Great. I get the family members coming with us, and I thought
Now-
good people were a pain in the ass.
Maybe I missed something, but is the Apex Predator, does the Apex Predator already know that Apple is in anvil rot and is bronzed all over? Okay.
Yes,
Does.
because because Apo's like being anvil rot, he's been going through a lot of the cities
Got it.
like that.
Got it. Yep. So the words gotten to Apex Predator.
Oops.
So as Taraxis is kind of shutting down and resting, I take it right now. Telmoon at his feet, Fitz resting, Pythias resting.
Resting.
Yeah.
I mean, probably one of us should stand watch.
There's a
I can
legion
keep
of
watch.
undead people. I'm assuming that they're watching
that's true.
something.
It's only
Unless
it's
they're
about
just
They're
left.
watching
10 skeletons.
Proxinos.
Yeah, they're just like, and they all just kind of, they all push in and stand around Proxinos, like Pirates
But
of
when
the
we retell
Caribbean
the
robots.
tale, it will be like there were a legion of undead.
Yeah. Well, let's just move Proxinos' body in between us so they have to watch us too.
As you do this, as you drag the body, they just reshuffle around everyone.
Could just sit on
Working
him too.
smarter,
That's
not
Not right,
harder.
but he's not wrong.
Remembering the last words of Scorpion, take care of his body.
It was only a suggestion.
Inside that dark mouth of the cave, there is as you step like through the opening, the mouth is about 15 feet wide, but it very quickly closes in very tight, but then it opens up again after about 20 feet, and every step you take, you're descending, you're going downward until your feet touch water, frigid, cold water, and the room opens up in maybe 30 foot overhead. You can tell that some of the rocks have recently moved and shifted. So there's not a lot of there are some tights, but there's mostly like shifted rock above you. Seems sturdy enough. But there is this, I would say 40 foot by 40 foot, almost not quite perfectly spherical, but a spherical room, right? Of just water. And it is, it's, even with your dark vision, the water's dark. And as you even touch it, you can tell that when your feet hit it, it kicks up sediment. So it gets even murkier from the gravel and stuff like that in the water. There seem to be no passageways, no forward, left, right. It's just a pool of water. A big room that's a pool of water. That's what Leto, Apo, and the Apex see.
So what kind of beast are you hunting?
We're not sure. We heard something. But we're not quite sure what's in here.
Can't be as bad as what's out there. Where the hell made that roar?
That was me.
Oh shit. God, you're so loud.
I
tried
know.
to tell you.
The
Why
belt
did I
has
get
Dolby Digital on that belt.
So Apple will start to like
Dolby Atmos, yeah.
It's around sound. It's like, how did it go from one end to the other?
I heard it over there.
Cheeks start to vibrate as the sound hits your face. Apple will move towards the pool, and I guess, he doesn't need to breathe, so he can check out what's in the water.
Yeah.
It's so bad, it has to be done.
So, with each step, Apo, unless you just jump off and swim into the water.
No, he's gonna
kind of
slowly,
walks because slowly you see Apo kind of descend to the point where you just see lastly his eyes until he's under the water. Apo, it's dark. Even with your dark vision, you can kind of make out the same structure of the room under the water. There seems to be a lot of your feet are touching a lot of not jagged like every touch is gonna cut you. I mean, you're also made of bronze, but jagged, loose rock all under your feet, like when you're wading through it. And then as you drop under, you're walking under there, and you kind of make out that kind of almost black and white or blue and white feeling of the room. And can I have how? So as you look around, like I said, you don't see anything. You don't see any fish swimming here. Anything else? Anything you're looking for, or
Either tracks or gouge marks in whatever stone is down there, or anything just looks that it shouldn't belong in the cave.
can I have an investigation check?
Sure. It's going to be. That is going to be 18.
Nice. So as you walk around in this like dark space, this pool, you get to the point where you see that the bottom is about 8 feet under the water. So you look up, you've got probably got an extra couple feet above you. It's still very dark, and you notice that whenever you move, it's not because you got that dark vision, but it's also water, and you continue to kick up sediment, so it makes it kind of murky, which makes anything beyond a couple, 3 or 4 feet hard to see. But as you walk around, you get to the other side of where the wall is, and you notice that there is a small cave entrance that is about the size that any of you, I mean, Fitz would fit this easy and Tell Moon both, but it looks like it's just big enough for Taroxy's going through it would probably be scraping along the sides of the cavern wall or the cave wall, but it's literally a small hole. You don't even know where it goes, but there is a hole. It's like, if you're standing up, it's like at 3 feet, off the ground. It's maybe like a 4-foot wide cave entrance.
As he's doing that, I'm going to just try to stay out of the water as much as possible. If there's like a little bit of a cliffside or
Only on your side, there's just a little bit of kind of like railing or landing, and then the walls are so sheer that anywhere else you try to walk around the room, you kind of have to grab along the sides or.
Well, I'm just going to do that to see if there's anything along the sides that looks like there was anything or is anything living in here.
Mm-hmm. Investigation check from Leto.
We are looking for droppings.
See, 21.
Okay. No claw marks. No. Nothing like that. No droppings. Yeah. Just seems to be in an empty cave. You do notice that, like, standing on the edge and looking down, that suddenly you see a couple of little tiny fish, which means that maybe the movement of the cave or wherever the water's coming from, deeper, maybe wherever it comes from, there's some source where these fish have come from, where the water's pulled into here. But they don't seem like a threat at all, just little tiny
Minnows,
sardines.
yeah.
Yep.
And right behind you, Leto.
So who are you?
Jesus.
Who are you? You hit like this.
Wow, figured you'd go with your nephew, family reunion and all.
He's got that.
Is this the only volume you have? Like, is it always here? You can't go here? Shit. I'm the new guy, unfortunately, but you beat me, so you're now the new guy. You can take my place. Pats him on the shoulder, and it's you feel nothing practically. I am weak as fuck. And he's just gonna try and, like, now that I have Gronk behind me, and sneak around this area stealthily. But I got a boombox behind me now, so I'm trying to make it to the other end, if possible, without actually getting into the water.
Okay, I will need a athletics check for that because the walls are there's some jagged perches, but it's kind of slippery, and you'd almost have to rock climb around. And there is no other side, so I don't know where you're going because there's no landing on the other side.
Oh, there's not? Okay.
No, it's just around. That's the thing is the only
So it's
person
like a dome almost.
It's almost like a dome, and the only person that's seen anything, a naturally formed one, has seen anything is under the water, which is Appo. So there's no other pathways in this room. It seems like a dead end, except for Appo knows that there's a hole in the ground. So I don't know where he's trying to go.
I would just try. Well, I guess Leto would just try and see if there's another purchase of small landing, I guess, because he's trying to avoid the water at all costs, as Appo just fucking barged in there like he's a deep sea diver.
Yeah, looking around.
He's just scouting this area for the group.
It's not looking good for any other way.
Oh, and athletics was 15.
Okay. Well, the reason I didn't ask for it again, because I know if he was still going to climb up or do anything, because I don't know. But he would have succeeded. If he wants to climb a bit, he can, but I don't think he kind of realizes he can move around the room on these, on these perches. And there's one place where he can actually get up maybe 12 feet off the ground and kind of perch and sit and look at the water, like if you want to dive in. He's found that and he's located that. But other than that, it's not like that perch has a passageway or anything like that. He does notice that the ceilings, the section of the ceiling looks like parts of it looks like natural stone and maybe man-made stone have kind of mixed in the collapse of some of the inner parts of this mountain. It almost seems like the formation of the cave itself is fresh, in a way.
And following along with former new guy, that was a 22 for athletics.
Okay, so you both climb up there. The apex predator is pretty big, and the perch that Leto's on only fits him. So when the apex predator gets up there, Leto's like, "What are you doing?" Like looking at him, like, "Why are you following me?"
No. This isn't the ring. Not the ring. Not the top. Shit, and he falls off.
But apex predator has no issues. Kind of like climb up there, just kind of cattail swinging. Does he take his place?
Yeah, Apex is big enough just to move me.
You fall off?
Yeah.
The Apex predator will grab you before you fall.
Okay, no check. I'll have it where you grab him. Outside, back at the camp, is Pythias, Fitz, Telmoon. Anything that you all are doing as you just rest right now?
No, Telmoon's passed out.
Okay.
Telmoon looked like he might be a second body next to Proxenos.
For the sake, I know because the party's kind of split right now. Part of the party's resting. I know it hasn't been a full hour in this cave the way we're kind of role-playing this, but at least an hour is going to go by with no issues, so you guys are safely exploring kind of this area. The rest of you are kind of just relaxing and getting that short rest right now. Now, if you do end up going further and going to a long rest, then you will not have to use your hit dice. But you're at least at a short rest. Apple, do you come back up or you stay down there?
I think that he would he'd probably go as far as he could into the beginning of that cave, just to make sure that it's big enough that some of them can enter.
Yeah. So he goes in.
So he goes in about 2-3 feet, if it's even possible.
He goes in 2-3 feet, no problem. He can tell that it's going to be a tight squeeze for Teroxes, but everybody else should be fine. He does feel himself kind of nudge and bump up against some jagged rock that could cut his other party members. But for the most part, he's okay as he kind of moves through, pulling himself through this very tight space. It's probably more like 3 feet by 3 feet than 4, but like, it's not super tight, but it's just claustrophobic. And because the sediment and the way you move, there's a lot of dust, and so it's hard to really see, even with your dark vision, past a foot, and it doesn't really know where it's going. 3 feet, 4 feet, 6 feet. Okay, it continues to go. So far, so good. But does he continue?
I think he would stop at this point and then start to move back.
Okay. He starts to move back and backs up the same way and makes it back. He still using his, his kind of ranger hunter sense to get back. Is he
Actually, he does have primal awareness, so could I use that to see if there are any aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends present within?
What's the range?
It is present within a mile of me or within 6 miles if I have favorite terrain.
He senses an aberration, for sure. Deeper in the cave, deeper,
of course,
under the water. Yeah.
Okay. Then he'll go out of the pool same way, that slow, measured pace, and then looks around and then looks up and, what are you
guy
doing up there?
That's not how you do a dive bomb. This is how you do a dive bomb.
As he puts you back on the corner.
No, don't do it.
And he jumps into the water.
Water splashes up, rains down. From big moment until it's quiet again. Nothing happens.
Nice family you got.
I would best get out of the pool as quickly as possible because I sense there's something deeper in the cave, and it's probably that way. There's a smaller opening, but you might want to get out of the water considering we don't know what's in there.
For now. But we now know where to go.
Yes.
Pats you on the back.
He just Apple just looks down at Leto and if you have the chance, murder him in his sleep.
I don't want him talking to me.
Fine, then take the belt.
Not my style, sorry. You can have it. He's your uncle. And he just quickly walks off.
Leto, as you're coming out of that water and apex predators, you're up there, you do hear from the ceiling coming up towards the top of that dome. All of you hear it. There's a very faint coming from deep within. And the reason I think what Leto would immediately know from the last time he checked around is while there are no passages to it, and then there's when that sound goes off, there's a flicker and a couple of bats flutter around towards the top, and they're from the cracks and such from ceiling allow that sound to pass through, but there's nothing large enough for anyone your size to go through it. So the sound is still emanating from somewhere deep within the cave. Do you guys go back to your camp?
Yeah, I was returning.
Walking rather fastly now.
Yeah, as you guys exit. So if we're going for a long rest, 4 hours goes by. If there's nothing else that they do in that time, there's nothing worth kind of role playing. They're just resting, just camping. And so as they do this, by the time you guys pretty much all sit in camp, probably taking turns watching out for stuff. Your skeletons never wavering as slowly over the trees the dawn dawn starts to break. You all have made it through a long rest. So it's like, I think when you guys, what is it? So yeah, it's probably 4:35 in the morning, and like the dawn is still on the horizon. So it's that really, really early morning, but you have made it through a long rest.
Our Pegasi will live.
Yeah, they're kind of like walking around the camp that you guys have created here. Their white wings folded in.
I definitely braided the mane of Shiny.
Nice. I love it.
We just ignore Pegasus. He gets no love. I'll pet one way. Pegasus just stands in the back. It's his only chance of survival.
There's Pegasus.
There's
Shiny.
one we refuse to name one.
You were calling
You're
one way.
calling
It was one way, right?
One way I named.
One,
but
oh,
one
there's
of them has no
third
name.
Got it. One way,
horrible.
Shiny.
I mean, they probably have names. They just can't tell us.
Yeah, they're like.
They said that they would go by whatever we called them.
Yeah, Lamorna knows their true names, but they'll go by what you call them.
They're gonna report back that you didn't name them.
I named it.
One way it is. So, full health. It's probably a little somber moment here where there's no Proxinos to cook up some victuals in the morning. So I don't know, unless someone else takes that job, is probably eating rations there. As his body still sits there, looking at a very peaceful place. He almost looks with the skeletons guarding him on this little, as a druid, this little mound of dirt and rock. He looks at peace, and he looks very much like Proxinos would sleeping, but just a little paler than usual. That paleness has kind of like struck his face and his complexion. But you guys have survived the night, and what you do next is completely up to you.
You guys, you really need to stop dying, please. I don't think I can take any more of this.
None of us here have actually done that.
Well, keep it that way, all right? Yes, everyone? Can I get a verbal confirmation before we go into this next dangerous situation?
The
I'm not
apex
planning to
predator is
die.
invincible.
Well, cool. You can go in front, man.
I didn't plan
I
on dying
will.
either, but you insisted on me being here and putting me in the situation. Says
Oh
Jerome.
gosh, Jerome, I'm really sorry about that. I sounded really cool in my head, and then I said it out loud, and then you actually did it. And holy shit, man, you were so hardcore when we were fighting those griffins. Like, that was really cool.
I did do good, didn't I?
You really did.
I did good. He looks over at Telmoon like, you saw that, right?
He held
I
your
was-
horn, man. He was there.
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, he was.
Oh yeah. I saw the griffin. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, kind of. I was kind of busy trying not to let you fall to your death.
Apex
I'm sure you
predators.
did big things against that rock dude too, though, right?
I was working on it. I stood in the back and I shot. Made some.
Yeah, I was kind of dead for a little bit, but I believe you did something well. I think you tried.
Yes. And I'll continue to.
Yeah,
Jerome,
don't
We
was
got
it?
this.
don't-
Apex.
Oh,
Good to meet you.
Oh, good. Yeah, good to meet you too. I think I've heard about your show. Never been into all that stuff, but quite an entrance.
Thanks.
Like the shiny belt too. Is that real blood?
Sometimes.
Oh, okay. And he kind of looks over at like Telmoon and Fitz, like, get this crazy dude away from me.
You're doing great.
And just to make it more awkward, like Apodexis is gonna put his muzzle like right next to Jerome's cheek and be like, "Let me know when you tire of him.
Okay. I will.
You're a good man, Jerome," and pats him on the back.
It's like he gets pushed forward like a half a foot wherever he's sitting from that huge slap on the back.
I mean, are we kind of thinking? I mean, Jerome did some cool stuff. Maybe do you want to like hang out with the skeletons while we're in there and take care of the Pegasus is?
Jerome's eyes kind of light up like, yeah, I could actually take point on garden. That sounds like a hell of an idea. If
Yeah.
Fitz and Telmoon don't mind.
That sounds like a good idea.
the from Telmoon.
It just looks at Telmoon.
Before any decisions are made, just so you know, we're gonna have to swim when we go in there. So if anyone here can't swim, now'd be the time to say that.
Or if you cannot breathe
Swim and
underwater,
hold your
it might,
breath. Yeah. So
do we get a potion of water breathing at some point?
Can't be
We have
stopped by mere
2.
water.
Also, your friend's not really dead. I haven't seen him, so if I do, I'll tell you though.
Oh,
Yeah,
great.
I mean, do you see
that's
everybody
really
who's dead?
reassuring.
When they die, so if you all were to drop, you all would just kind of be there. And
oh, you would see him. You saw him. He just vacated immediately.
Okay, because I thought you said last time I did not see him.
Oh, if you would have asked me, like, I think you were like, do I hear him? Like, is he like lingering where he would talk, be able to talk to you? No, he was like, he would almost be like sent directly to the underworld or wherever he was probably being sent to. So, unlike where you're able to, I know you're able to communicate with our boy. I'm forgetting his name. Jeez, our centaur. Zen.
He's dead.
When
Gone.
you can communicate with Zen is in Elysia, but has this connection because of Leto. I have a feeling that it has something to do with, like, it's like spirits are different, right? All different, and especially with this kind of having a heavy hand of Erebos, there was like no lingering. The connection was direct.
His like, from when he died and went, was it very, I don't know, Erebos themed exit, like Dark Smokes or Hell and Brimfire?
Dark Smoke, yes, like his spirit kind of had that air to it, but unlike what you've seen where the spirit is maybe lingering momentarily, he was there and then he was gone, and then he just gone. And he didn't even seem like he was quite aware. It wasn't like he looked at you or anything like that. It was just kind of like the body lifting out, almost the spirit itself looking dead, and kind of coming aware, almost still looking like Proxenos, almost tired and sleepy, and then being snatched.
Apple.
Almost, you know what? Almost like if Apple could see it, if the smoke being the hand grabbing and then just dissipating, like this clawed skeletal hand made of black smoke enveloping this glowing kind of ghost spectral form, and then gone.
Who's not Siegfried and Roy?
That's what I'm starting to get those vibes. Tell me.
No.
He's clairvoyant.
Frighteners. I am something that I haven't really disclosed yet, but
okay.
I'm still gonna say that statement, so I'll make a check if you want.
Do we have any clay? You can truly find out then.
More like frighteners, not ghosts. He had a number carved into his forehead.
So I think Apple would also let Teroxes know that the breathing won't be an issue for us, but the fit is going to be tight when we get into the cave.
Well, if there's not a hole, I will make one.
Maybe let those of us that need to breathe go first, so that we don't get caught behind you.
Very well.
Then we will make way for Teroxes, the maker of holes.
So Teroxes will go first.
Or would
The
that
way
could
around,
I mean, other way around.
It sounded like it was the other way. Telmoon saying the breathers go first.
Yeah.
So what's and then is it everyone kind of going in a straight line? Is a group of unbreathers going try to go to see where it even goes first, and then reporting back.
Oh, did Apo not do that?
No, Apple only went in
I
like
didn't
6
go-
feet and then was
yeah, I
like,
didn't go
and
all
then
the
he
way.
doubled back. He never
So
got
we
to the
don't
other
know that it's big
we,
enough for us.
we
to
don't even
survive.
know. Yeah, we don't know.
Or
I
I
mean-
can go, and if we all go back into the cave, I can go and then just check it all the way back.
Who can't swim out of all of you? Just curious.
Hunter moves for me.
Meaning they don't have a swim speed because everyone
No,
can
like
technically.
if their character.
Oh,
can't
Telmoon,
swim.
Telmoon, can you like you've made it where Telmoon cannot swim?
Telmoon hasn't actually like tried to swim since he got metal appendages, but we can give it a shot.
You want me to like help you out? I can tie a rope to you and pull you along.
Kind of hold on to Pythias around his neck.
So if you
Hey,
can't
Pythias,
swim,
why aren't you scouting this out? Like, you seem to be
Yeah.
pretty,
I mean, I
water
could.
savvy.
Probably because he went down like the rest of y'all did.
We had to take a nap, man.
I was just going in and I got the family members coming in with loud ass, and then he just went directly into the water. So I don't know what he saw. We're getting wet,
Oh.
and then he also. What'd
Uh-huh.
you say in the cave? There's something in there.
There's something in there.
Pythias, you're welcome to scout ahead if you'd like for the party.
Sure. Yeah, let's take a look. Let's see if
Do I tie myself to you now, or are you going without?
oh,
me?
let's wait on that.
Yeah, actually.
I can check in with you, Pythias, as long as you're like chilling around 120 feet. But then if you get beyond that, then I'll have to use some of my cool abilities
Mhm.
to check in. But
And then Apple will let you know that it more than likely is an aberration.
Oh,
cool.
okay, great.
Sure, you want to go alone?
That sounds kind of intimidating.
I mean, I can go behind you. And also, will that rifle thing work underwater?
I don't know.
Pull the trigger button. All right.
But I remember pulling trigger. Every use is a use of it. So I don't, you don't know how long it works. But
What the hell? We'll give it a try.
okay. So
I do have an ability I used to use when I rarely worked with groups inside the cities. It's just you're gonna hear a lot of random shit, which sucks, and I'm sorry. But very much like your little friend here, it has a greater range though. But you can only communicate with me.
I don't know what you're saying. You want me to?
Come here. And he licks his thumb, puts it on Pythias's head right here, right between the eyes, and you start hearing distant, like faintly gasps and almost heavenly hymns. And I think something to you without moving my mouth, and it's like, "Good luck," and it's all appeared now. I'm using Psychic Whispers.
What's the range on it?
I believe
1
it's like a
mile.
mile.
Okay, so you should be good.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Thanks, I guess.
Well, just if you're gonna die, just think it so I can tell everybody else.
No one is going to say anything about the human trying to taste Pythias.
Is that not customary?
No,
I
it's
just
kind
eat
of it's
fish.
new.
I kind of
I
just look
mean-
at Appa like, were you always like this, or something
Pretty
happened?
much.
Oh, so you don't? Oh, that sucks for you. Fish is pretty good.
Well, I mean, we normally eat fish. I would never eat Pythias, but I find it odd that you would try and taste him right now.
So
I like his priorities. Emergency food source.
Got it.
I'm confused, but okay. Yeah, you can. I'm just gonna go sit over here. Good luck. Please don't die. I don't want to be burdened with that.
Okay, be right back.
All right.
So we go.
And
Good
so,
luck.
And so, leading the way, Pythias enters the pool with Apodexis behind him with this strange rod of blasting that he has still has. And they walk down into the water, whereas Pythias immediately, almost very gracefully, enters the water. Where Pythias is okay, not as his feline disabilities and the fact that he's so heavy, but he's still able to, move through the water, slower speed, but still getting there. And following Pythias, you guys enter that dark cave. Pythias is really good about not like moving the sediment and being able to keep his wits about him. Can I have an advantage survival check from you, Pythias?
Okay. Oh, 19.
Nice. So as you scope, the hall gets smaller and kind of smaller, and then you realize, like, to the point where like Taroxi's shoulders are going to be like kind of grinding against the wall, but you can tell that he can still make it through. You go what feels like you swim about 200 feet, and with this tunnel going back and forth, and you realize, like, for the people have to hold their breath this long, and but about at some point, right when you get right at the 100-foot mark, around that 100-foot mark, you had noticed two directions, the path splitting off to the left and to the right. Something about the way the water was moving, I'll say some kind of mumbo jumbo about you being a Triton. Like, you could tell that the pathway, even if you actually went down a bit, there's one path that kind of leads to like a small little dead end. I can even say, like, you were able to quickly check it out, and you realize you're like, yeah, this is, you got to double back, and it pretty much, you're able to pop your head out of the water. You realize everybody else would have like a small pocket of air, but then they would probably run out of air pretty quickly. You go back, you double back the other way. You now know it's to the bad direction was to the left. To the right, that extra 100 feet, you make it down, and you make it to a small pool of water where you're able to burst out and walk out into this this like subterranean cave or cavern system. You can hear like bats in the distance. But when I say walk out, you are still there. As far as you see around you, there are only scattered mounds of rock that you can stand on. Essentially, you're still kind of buoying, you're still kind of treading water, but where you're at, you can feel your feet touch the loose rock and sediment. So you realize the group would have air here, but now in this cavern area, they would not be walking around on land. They would still be in this cold, frigid water. Another thing that you assess is that not only would they have to hold their breath, that would test their like lung capacity. It might which could exhaust them. If they fail, they could start to die if they breathe. But if they make it through that, then they also still have to contend with the conditions here, which an extended period of time could be rough for anyone in here, but you feel like the party is stable. They're strong enough to where getting here is the most important thing.
Like, by the conditions, you mean just the water is cold?
Other than the water just being cold, and it's not freezing. You're not gonna like you've all had a good rest, but you could realize if you tried to live in or stay for days in these conditions, it could be taxing.
Yeah,
right? Not for you necessarily, but for them. All these things I'm sharing are for them, and of course not for our Anvil Rot friends who don't feel any of this as well. So then, as shortly behind you, Apple following you pops up and is there. And just to share a little bit more about the room, it is essentially the hall is probably like, it's a pretty large cavern system. It's like 50 feet wide. The ceiling is about 30 feet above you, and then you can see directly ahead of you. It continues off into darkness, and then maybe 30 feet up, like where to the left the hall just continues down. To the right, there seems to be another little cavern or cave that you could go to the right, so it kind of splits in directions. So that's what you and Apple see so far. What are you guys saying to each other? And of course, you can communicate back with Leto, who can communicate with the party.
I would let them know what we see.
So you guys are pretty much chest deep in water right now.
And yeah, so I will send that back to Leto that it's the passage is going to be difficult for people to get through, but they probably could. And we have another large chamber that's mostly flooded in cold water, and we haven't seen any other things that are alive yet. And warn them not to take the path that goes to the dead end.
And then other than you have seen some small fish in the water, and then when you've emerged, you've heard the skittering of bat, sound like bat-like creatures above in the distance. So yeah, that's where you are at right now.
Just tell the party. He says we're good. We can go.
All right, let's go.
The apex predator.
Careful
charges
about
into
something of a
water.
dead end, though. That's all I got, really.
The
Remind-
apex predator.
Before you can even hear what the rest of he says, he's
It's
already
so
head
gonna
deep.
die. Oh, it's gonna suck.
Remind them to bring the water breathing.
Yeah, how do we know how long we can like hold our breath and stuff?
Are you asking Jason or are you asking?
Both.
You can hold your breath a number of minutes equal to what is
It's
it, your
1 plus your
con
con
modifier.
modifier,
Yeah,
yeah.
1 plus your con modifier. So everybody should be able to hold their breath pretty long. Now that 200 feet swimming, you should be able to make that, but it's probably just going to be, I'm going to make you make a check or two, a constitution check. So I might be survival.
My boy said,
athletics,
"Raw, you
acrobatics."
should live," but in
Yeah.
my world, you might drown anyway.
Because it's not just how long you can hold your breath. It's can you travel that path? Can you not make any mistakes? It's all that. It's one thing to be able to hold your breath. It's holding your breath in in a very claustrophobic, pretty scary situation, even if you have friends around you or not.
Running on the bottom of the floor to the tunnel as fast as you can.
Okay.
Leto, which one is the dead end?
So you started
We'll get
Apex.
chased.
So Apex, as you're under the water, you're kicking up all this sediment, and do you go through the so it's just cloudy, smoky water. Anyone behind him, like the minute you guys hit on dark vision or not, it's just like you see sediment in the water, cloudy water.
Right. I cast light on my horn, and I keep pushing forward after him.
Leto, will you check? Will you just think to him and find out which one for sure so that we don't die? I'm so sick of people dying.
Well, before he goes, don't you want to give him that potion you guys been talking about? I don't know, the water thing, because he can't.
They
swim
said
and
we
he's
can
about
go.
to
I'm just gonna try. Please.
Oh god, this is gonna give me a nosebleed. And he just thinks to Pythias, which way is that dead end exactly? Because people are just charging in.
Or I'll just
Apex, I'll take a survival check from you.
I'll take it with disadvantage.
Okay.
Appa, will you be okay just being quiet here for a sec, and I'll help them through?
Yes.
And I'm gonna dive back in to try to guide them through.
That's a 7.
Just look
So-
at Fitz. I didn't get anything. I don't think he's alive now.
What?
Can I have a con
Oh
save?
my god.
All right.
I'm coming to you. Don't worry about it. I say to Leto.
Oh wait, now he speaks. Okay, he's good. He's good. He's
That's a
fine.
21.
Okay, so you end up holding your breath as you're like, you're kind of like, and you're raking through this water. Grab your claws are clawing the side of this, rock. You're remembering the direction. You're like, I'm gonna make it, and then you hit up and your claws scratch the ceiling, and you're in that pocket, and you've gone the wrong way, and you realize it. Now, do you just try to double back? What do you do?
With the sediment cloud that you kicked up.
Yeah.
And
I mean, he did the betrayal
Dash-
for himself.
dashes right back.
I will need another disadvantage survival check. Because if you've ever read stories about people getting lost in underwater, like you'll think you're going right back, and you'll end up right back where you left. Now, while you're going back,
That's a 2.
Pythias is on his way, like trying to get to everyone. Has anyone gone through other than Apex, or is everyone kind of in the water?
Talmud took off as soon as Apex
Talmud
did.
took off. Okay.
Without
I
taking
would-
the potion.
Tell Moon what I'd like. Oh, did anybody
No, punk.
take the breathing?
I know, punk. I got this.
Okay, buddy. Good luck.
Tell Moon, can I have a survival check?
Just straight.
Just a straight survival check. Actually, a disadvantage survival check. Everyone's got disadvantage because of the vision. Because you're pretty much blind. Everyone's blinded by this. Travel.
Yeah, that was really good. Let's see about the other one.
Hope I had
Not so
powder.
good. That's a 12.
Okay. So tell Moon, can I have a con save?
That's a 22.
Okay, so you're filling yourself. What you end up doing is you're swimming through, and you're like trying to go to the right, and then you're bumping into, you end up smashing into something, and you smash into Apex, and trying to hold your breath. You guys are both there, like in like muddy water, but kind of stuck here. You
Stab it.
are.
I'm just playing.
Yeah. As you're trying to gain your ground, who is behind Telmoon? Who is? Pythias is still on his way back. Pythias, give me a advantage survival check actually now to see if you can aid some of these people.
Rolling hot tonight.
Okay.
Another 19.
Okay.
He saves the idiots.
Survival is +0, by the way.
And what'd you get?
It was 19.
19. Okay. So as you're making it through, Fitz, have you already gone through? Did you take this potion? Did you?
No, I was arguing with Leto.
So you're okay. So you and Leto are arguing. Taroxys, how about you? What did you do? I'm trying to see where everyone's at here in this moment.
Gosh. It'll be close to Talmud.
So you'd have probably been right behind Telmoon.
Yeah.
Yeah. More power on our side to push. Let's go.
Can I have a disadvantaged survival check as well? Even though you can't die down.
Talmud's head is glowing if he's just trying to follow me.
Yeah, he's trying. It's like this murky, blue, kind of glowing thing in the still disadvantage.
That's gonna be 6.
All right, so Taroxys, at some point, is everybody behind Taroxys or no? Okay, so Taroxys gets your shoulders get kind of jammed and stuck, and you're starting to move, and you know you're gonna eventually be able to wrestle him, but this has kind of caused some confusion when suddenly Pythias shows up. Now, Pythias, you're gonna be able to like that check you got is gonna save them from making any more checks, but because of their situation, I'm gonna have to have them give me one more. Everybody, I need one from Telmoon, from Taroxys, and actually Taroxys doesn't have to give me one yet, but I need one from
15?
who else is down there? From Apex. I need a con save.
Yeah.
That is
Roxas doesn't have to breathe.
14.
14, 15, okay. So, Pythias, you're able to, like, use kind of your blind sense of knowing the water and the geography and the ground. Grab these two as suddenly Taroxys pushes his way through and the gravel starts to break free. You're kind of, like, guiding them, pulling in your direction down that hall that leads to the correct side. And as you pull them up out of the water, they're all, like, coughing. Telmoon and Apple have one level of exhaustion.
Who does?
Telmoon and Apex?
Apex.
Be like,
What's
I'm like,
that?
I'm just chilling over here.
Sorry, not Apple. Apex. Apex is on the. I know Apple and Apex. You guys are gonna. That's gonna probably happen
waiting
more.
game. It's too much for Apple, the waiting game.
So
gonna say, like,
Troxy's
how long
Troxy
we
just
all
makes
gone?
it through like, oh, just kind of frustrated for a second, but he's there.
Taroxys, was it anybody coming behind you?
I don't think so.
Maybe maybe I should just
It's,
go
where's-
back all the way and help the rest of them. If I can even, it's gonna be hard to see.
Yeah, I don't know if you noticed this, but we're the only two here now, so
Oh, god dang it. Oh, come on.
Perhaps
If everyone
we should
else could
use
do
the
it,
potion
we're
of
gonna
water
save
breathing.
potions
Yeah.
for when we actually need them. And
No.
let's just go. And I just
I'm gonna-
stomp off.
I will send to Leto. The others had a really hard time, but I'm coming back to help you.
yeah,
Hope
the
you're not
little
stuck
one
already.
just stormed off. I'm gonna be behind her a little ways.
Okay.
As her head breaks the water going down, I am going to take a small bag out of his pouch and sniff it, and I am going to connect with some other entity, and I'm casting augury.
Okay.
Fighting this thing, will they survive?
And that's the question.
Yeah.
Augury, there's like 3 answers, right? It's like
Yeah, will for good
Will,
result,
yeah.
woe, or both.
You know the answer is always the same.
That's a tough one. Yeah, it's going to be it's going to be will and woe because it's going to be a possibility of both.
The forever answer to that
Yeah.
damn spell.
I'll say it's yeah, it is one of those annoying things about that spell. Spell is,
Divination
the
struggles.
K, you know, you get the will they fight the yeah, it's just that's what you get.
Well, whatever I get in my head, Pythias hears it muffled because
you know,
we're
actually, what I'll
connected.
do is I'm going to give you, because based on metagaming here, a little bit sharing this, but by saying based on you having being fully rested party, the feeling is more on the side of wheel. Of good. Like you're not in a bad position, right? But you get the feeling whatever this entity tells the cave itself is still a very dangerous place to be.
All right,
But you're prepared for it.
this is gonna suck. And he gets into the frigid cold water.
Okay.
And you were saying that Pythias just also
You hear-
hears. He doesn't hear the question, but hears the
No.
answer.
You just like hear it muffled.
Interesting.
Like,
Pythias
you don't
can't-
know the voice or anything. You just, it's like at the end of a very long tunnel.
Pythias, I'd like your survival to see if you can get back before they even go in so that you can help them from the get-go and not halfway through it like everyone else. Go ahead. We'll give you
Is this
advantage as well.
Advantage, okay. Geez, this always is coming up 19s tonight.
Okay.
Probably until I
so-
need it.
So as you dive
Don't
in,
you
like
put that evil on us, Ricky Bobby.
you're suddenly in the darkness. These, those Triton hands come out and kind of like grab both of you and be like, kind of come, guiding you. Even still, even though following and him kind of clutching you, trying to stay with Pythias, there's always a chance. And on the way there, what you've also realized is that when Taroxy's kind of pushed himself through, he broke off some of the wall and some of the rock shard. It's left some like jagged rocks that were right through that passageway, and trying to keep everybody like slim and tight so they don't cut themselves on it. So I still will need a survival check just for Fitz and Leto.
Disadvantage
We
or no
still need them
disadvantage?
at disadvantage.
I need them at regular survival check since you are being guided by Pythias here.
Okay. That's
I
awesome.
got a dirty 20.
Ooh, okay, everybody's doing pretty.
10.
Okay, so as you were kind of going by, and Pythias trying to pull you as quick as possible, one of those jagged rocks slashes into your arm, and you take 6 points of slashing damage from just a jagged piece of rock, and that causes you to like almost open your mouth. Give me a con save.
Yeah, that's not too bad. 16.
Okay. So when you make it through, finally, all coming out of the water, here finally, you're now like kind of bobbing around, looking at the cavern system around you, and so Leto's got that scratch. A couple of you are feeling tired from that, feeling that was a moment, but otherwise, all is well. Like I had described before. Now, unlike sometimes I've pulled up Roll20 or creating the dungeon in front of you, this cavern system, unlike dungeons that have regular halls, I am pretty much putting the tracking of the dungeon in your hands. This is kind of like old school D&D where somebody used to become the the map creator, and so it's up to you to be like, okay, that was left, that was right, so that you don't kind of get lost. So that's up to whoever wants to do that. So right now this hall goes directly ahead of you, straight, and then 30 feet up there's a there's a cave that cuts off to the right, and very dark. I know most of you have dark. All of you I think have dark vision, except for maybe Leto. Who is Leto? Yeah, but
Satyrs don't have dark vision either.
oh shoot!
Uh-oh.
Wow. So yeah, it's.
But
Talman has
I
Lit
am
Horn.
a lights.
I mean, at least that's
my-
something
my
that they don't
horn is-
have because
my
they have
horn is
everything
lit.
else. Yeah. Okay. So the horn is lit.
I think I also don't have dark vision.
I would be really surprised at that for Minotaurs being the labyrinth dwellers.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm not.
cats don't have
seeing-
dark vision, so I
But-
mean, shit just
Yeah,
happens.
it's just so weird. It's like D&D, just some shit just don't make no sense in it.
I got dark vision and blind sight.
Okay. Oh yeah,
Oh,
blind
shit.
sight. Jeez.
Yeah.
Does the path that goes off to the right, is it also still in water?
Still in water.
What are we thinking?
I think
Probably
if this
if we're
asshole tries to drown me again, I'm gonna kill him. That's what I'm thinking. But
So I'm sorry, I'm trying to visualize this. We were in the cave. We went down the hole.
Mm-hmm.
There was the left and the right. The left is the air pocket dead end. We went right. And now what do we see?
So pretty much,
No, it's like a
the
giant
first
grotto.
room was a cave. Then you have to go underwater to go to an underwater passageway. That underwater, you got it splits left and right. Right's the right way, and it just kind of jaggedly, kind of zigzags, but pretty much straight lines into another cavern. That room's open, 40 feet wide, 30-foot ceilings. You can smell the kind of the mossy and the kind of the dankness of the cavern, and it just goes directly ahead into darkness. You don't know how far. I'd say with those of you who have dark vision, at least 60 feet before it just gets like can't see beyond. And then around the 30-foot mark, about 30 foot wide, is another cavern off to the right. So right now it's another break, but it's not like a fork. It's just straight or to the right, kind of like a corner there or straight.
probably we can control things a little more easily if we're in a smaller space.
That leaves less room to maneuver.
And I will say, board-wise, I will try to make it as similar. So think of this side directly goes straight, and this is the side that curves off to the right. Like into this little pocket, into another cavern area that's separate from going directly straight the way you're faced.
how submerged are we right now?
Up to your, like, chest. Like, I mean, you're probably... Talmoon, swimming. Yeah, all of you are kind of like you and Fitz are literally treading water. Talmoon is just standing, probably like up to his waist, or is like can feel the ground under him. Whereas I think everyone else is kind of treading water as well, but kind of like that kind of 6 feet of water where I'd probably say more like 5, where you gum down and you feel the bottom, but you never feel like you can plant yourself the way you want. You're kind of in that area.
I'm on the tips of my hooves. I can kind of put my nose up a little bit, but not really.
So it's not like deep in. It's kind of somewhere, and it's never quite. It's not like it's it's not man made. So it's never quite the same everywhere. So you take a few steps one direction, and then you kind of walk in for a second, and then oh shit, it drops off, and you kind of move a bit. But the ground never seems to be far from under you. Is where you're at.
Moon, just try a back float. Just back float with me. It's way
Very
easier.
dense.
The apex predator will pick you up, Talmoon.
Yeah, there we go.
Touch me
That
one
works.
more time without asking, and you gain the rapier. One more time. That's 2 times. Try to drown me in that damn tunnel. One more again. You get the stick, but thank you. So much louder up here.
Oh, I heard 1 vote for going out in the open. Is that what everyone else?
Well, you could just swim out there and tell us what you see.
Fitz, can I have a perception check?
The whole 40 cities you can see in front of us.
Oh no.
Yeah, Pythes is gonna
4.
go.
Something kind of cold and long slithered by your hooves under the water, like slithered right on your feet. But it's gone.
Oh God, anaconda.
Ugh.
I swear something's in this water, you guys.
That's why I'm gonna back float.
It could have been like it kind of felt like it could have been a fish, a long fish, or like a water snake or something like that. But
It's probably
Well-
seaweed. It gives me the heebie-jeebies.
I mean, this is fresh water. I don't think it grows here.
Oh shoot! I have extra heebie-jeebies.
I'm going to try scouting ahead a little bit, and I'll think my answers at Leto. And I'm going to dive under in the 5 feet of water and try to move forward into the open area.
that open area, okay.
I guess I'll take the right.
Wait, Pythes is. I thought so. Pythes is not going to the right. Pythes is going straight.
Yeah,
Going straight.
and then Apple's
Apple
going to the
is
right.
going right. Okay.
Does that mean that we're all sitting in the cavern area?
Yeah, it looks like everyone's kind of like sitting in on one spot.
I think we're waiting for the scouts to say this way is safe, and
Yeah.
whoever stops talking, that's the way we don't go.
Well, the problem is I can only communicate with one person right now. The other one's just screwed.
So
Well,
as you
Fitz can think at him.
Can you
So can
answer
Talmoon,
my
I just
questions
don't like to.
without speaking?
so
That's up to DM. How do you treat message? Do we have to verbally speak, or can it be mental?
I think, from my understanding, verbal's always been like a one-way transfer. Oh no, they can just respond, right?
Yeah.
They can respond in a certain number of words. So yeah, it could be mental. I would think it would be mental because you could send message pretty far away.
Because
so-
we have to cast it verbal, but I don't know if he has to respond verbal or not.
Got it. I think the person can respond mental. That's fine.
Got it.
Oh, is Fitz casting that on me?
Yeah,
Well,
I'm
it's
gonna-
an ad thing. It's an instant thing every 6 seconds.
I have a cantrip, so I'll just do that and be like,
Apple, are you okay? Are you okay? Hey, Apple, you okay?
Just every 6
Don't die.
seconds, over and over.
Oh my
You
god,
okay?
he's gonna drive that.
He just responds with the first one. Red rum.
So you whisper a message to the target.
I don't know what
target
that is.
hears the
You
message
want-
and can reply.
I can
No,
get
the
that.
target can reply in a whisper. That can.
Oh yeah, so he does have to
Well,
talk.
here's the thing: the target
Well, yeah.
has to reply in a whisper, but only you can hear it. So you can still hear it immediately, but they do have to verbally So
Yeah,
Will
so
it
if
be
he's
like just-
underwater,
but he's not. But he's not
No, he's
underwater.
not
He's
underwater.
just
It's
swimming like
just-
he's
yeah.
just yeah.
Oh yeah,
he's-
we're
Okay.
just saying in
Swimming on
emergency
Okay.
situations, if
Got
he
it.
is underwater or
he
choking
would
or
have
anything like
that wouldn't work. Mental wouldn't work. Yeah.
Okay.
So as Apple swims down, you swim down a good, like I'd say, 60 feet. And as you're swimming down, what you see is this large cave system keeps going ahead. You've now passed the cave pocket on the side that old Apple went to, and at the 60-foot mark, it opens up again, almost this time literally looking more like a fork. And as it forks, one cavern that's still around 40 foot wide, 30 foot high, leads off to the left. And you can hear the water kind of dripping off the ceiling. And to the right, you can kind of see a large open cavern space that way. And inside the cavern space are three like columns, almost like large rock formations that could be like stalagmites, but they don't go to a point. But they are like three rocky formations in that room, and it's still very dark, but you can kind of make out the structure. And there's also a hint, like a faint hint of green and fluorescent purple lights in that room that look like they come off of the glowing, similar to those gems that were outside in the Rockman. But there's no rock structure, but just like embedded in the walls, right? Sprinkled in the walls. Apo, what you see is a smaller cavern room, a little cave, about 30 goes in 30 to 40 feet wide, and it goes in a good 40 feet, and it looks like a dead end. But there's a large rocky perch, a perch above you. So you're waiting in that water, and above you on the perch, about 30 feet up, you can hear something kind of breathing, and you don't have dark vision. Oh, you do. So so what you see there as you look up is what appears to be a large, huge humanoid man, and he's kind of like leaning on that perch up against the wall, and then he seems to be like talking and sleeping, like, destroyed my home, oh, home. Oh. And he looks like gray-skinned, bald head, and very defined, strong features, but slender but strong. Like you can tell that the muscles kind of pop out of his skin, even though he's not even flexing him, and he's sitting on that perch. Many boulders and rocks all around him. He appears to be a stone giant. So his skin, of course, is not stone, but he's just a gray-skinned humanoid giant man, just kind of resting. What do you do?
I would send back to Leto. I came to a fork. One way keeps on going, on the left. The other way has some columns. Maybe somebody who knows about stuff should come and take a look at them.
Can I have a stealth check, Apodexis?
Oh, you okay?
At 20.
Okay. So the giant
okay?
kind
You
of
okay,
turns
Apple?
over and keeps kind of resting, and he kicks his foot like off the side, and a couple of rocks splash in the water. And as he kicks foot, he like wakes up and goes, "Oh, who's there?" But it's like he's doing it to himself. He's the one that kicked the rocks in the water, and looks out for a second. He clearly doesn't seem to see you. Kind of looking more so straight than in the water. Nothing there. Kind of. His eyes are very shiny black. Like I said, seem like be no pupil in them. But he goes back to sleep.
So
Seems like he's kind of even out of his element. He seems like. Can you actually give me a insight check?
Sure. That's going to be 14.
Okay. He seems a bit uncomfortable, almost as though you look at the cavern and the way the structures are around. And another thing I would add to what Pythias is starting to notice is there's debris. You're starting to notice scattered through this cavern are relics like pillars, rocks, like things like that of ruins of another structure that kind of seems scattered about. So I think that with Apple, you get the feeling that recently, however he lived or whatever this space was like, it has been transformed, and this giant is dealing with the aftermath, sleeping on this perch. It seems like water has like flooded this area recently. Maybe the water levels have risen. And
So from where he's at, would it be possible to climb up and see if there's any other, like if he's leaning against an opening, or is it just one of those rocky outcroppings and he's just leaning against that?
you would have to get closer to see if that's to see if that is the case. From what you see, you don't see any other passageways.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay, so then he'll send back to Fitz, Stone Giant. He's gonna whisper it very. Stone Giant.
Oh. Right.
Sleeping.
Oh, even better. Okay.
Fitz is definitely going to turn to the other people that are around. Who else is still with everyone else, right? Pythias is the only other one. All right, guys. So, there's a stone giant, down, that way, and then that way. Sleeping?
Go kill it.
Oh,
It's
Pythias.
best to take it down while it's asleep.
Oh.
We could avoid the fight altogether going Pythias way. Who here knows a bunch of shit?
I mean, about what?
I don't fucking know. He didn't get into detail. He just says someone that may know things should come down here and take a look at the room on the left, because there's columns and a bunch of other stuff.
The left?
Yeah, so Pythias direction and go left, I guess.
I don't know a lot, but I do know the bronze bullies are very bad at avoiding fights.
Yeah,
I-
not really our strong suit. Not really. Do you maybe want to clarify with Pythias about what kind of knowledge seeker he's seeking?
All we have to do is not go down that direction
Just
to
tell
avoid a
Pythias to
fight.
meet us at the fight.
Looking back at Talmoon.
We go to fight.
Yes.
Oh,
I like this one.
Kill Stone Giant.
Apple, have you doubled back, or are you whispering to Fitz?
I'm literally like, wait, like.
But you can initiate a message.
Oh yeah, you can't. Yeah, so you can. Yeah,
Something.
so you'd have to go back. So you're just
Then
sitting
he's
there.
just whispering to himself like a crazy person.
Hey,
welcome to
Apple,
the club.
you want us to come in there, or you gonna come back? You coming back? You okay? Are you okay, Apple?
How many words to respond?
I think it's like 26.
You got enough, unless you. I'm not too anal about that. Like, unless
Hell
you just
no.
you can't say. Yeah.
Coming back. Screw Stone Giant sleeping. And he's gonna
I
make
think he
his way
wants to
back.
screw him while he's sleeping.
That's just too much information.
We should all stay here.
Let's
Just
get
don't.
going.
Apple
really
quickly
should ask
shows
for
up
consent.
because it's not that far away as Apple as you make your way back. So you make your way back, you meet this room. Pythias, where you're at, looking around, one thing you do notice, I'll add to what you saw before, is that the path directly ahead of you, the ground starts to get farther and farther away, where you have to swim down that hall, and to the left, you have to keep swimming. You feel like you're going to lose all that sediment that everybody keeps bobbing around on. But to your right, the ground seems to start to rise up a bit higher. Like there's a point where you're able to stand like up to your waist in the water.
Mhm. And the right was the way towards the columns?
The
Or was
left,
that the left?
sorry. You're right. I am sorry. The right is the way towards the columns. The right. You are correct.
You just get eventually in your head, Pythias. Yeah, your friends are talking about fighting a stone giant and killing it in its sleep, or fucking it. I'm not entirely sure which. You might want to come back here.
Oh, okay. I'm heading back. If it helps, the way with the columns starts to get out of the water so you all can walk. And I'm swimming back.
Okay.
You found drier land, just so y'all know.
Did you ask him what kind of knowledge seeker he was seeking?
Nope, but you can in, I don't know, 2 or 3 minutes when he gets back here.
Oh,
Since you guys are talking about fucking a stone giant in its sleep.
No, I just think that's what Appa was doing. So I said we should stay here.
That's just...
So everyone is back together except Pythes. Have you gone back as well, or you?
I was heading back.
You're heading back. So everyone is regrouped back at where the entrance start. You know, you're all right where you just came up from that tunnel, and to where the directly ahead leads to where Pythias showed, and to the right leads to the stone giant.
Yeah. Okay, so I was talking about a place that had columns and ruins of something previous, and maybe some faint glowing lights.
Mm-hmm.
And then we could also just, keep swimming to the left, but it's going to get deep.
Yeah, let's check out all of that after we kill the giant.
Don't need to kill the giant. We could just go that direction and be good.
What if
Don't
there's
think-
something worse in that direction?
That's what you all kind of like wanted to come in here and do. Figure out what it was. I don't think the stone giant made the weird sounds.
2 birds, 1 cave.
More glory.
If
Or
if
more
we wanted
graves.
to, and we wanted to explore further past the stone giant, and he came at us, if he's like roughly humanoid, I can kind of calm him down a little bit. So he won't be mad at us. So we could
We're
like
also
not
assuming
fight
that
him.
he's gonna follow us.
You don't know if he's like, "What are you doing in my cave? Get out!" He could come after us.
If he's
That's when we kill them.
Right.
I mean, maybe he's real bored and just wants to talk to us.
So you want to draw all of the monsters in the cave to one spot and then kill them.
But on a show, I like this thinking.
There's a lot of tombstones. It's gonna be
Okay,
big.
Einar 2.0. I see you. We'll just fight everything all at once.
You'll see this character dip out so fast. I will Final Fantasy run away.
I
So it's
mean,
Why we
we
should
don't.
kill the stone giant now.
We don't have to. Like that's what some of us here are saying.
What do you get if you kill the stone giant?
No
Glory.
regrets later.
No
And
one will
glory.
believe you.
We'll get a patch. Come on.
Make a patch.
Everyone
Fully.
believes the patches.
If we have a patch, it happened. It's indisputable.
See?
You didn't spend a lot of time in Melodus, have you? There's plenty of people wearing robes with different colors and sashes that mean different things.
That's nice.
Doesn't mean it's true.
Roxy's
Then we'll kill
lifts
Meltus
his
and we're
literal
back.
god weapon and is like, I think we have some credibility.
Ooh, I
I don't
pull
know
out
what
my
that is.
bow. Zing, zing.
Nice fancy weapons.
Yeah.
Those are very fancy.
But
Thanks.
a compromise, perhaps. If we already know that there is a stone giant down one way, we can simply go down the other until we meet another obstacle. And then we'll turn around and go the other way until we find another obstacle. And then we'll decide in which order we want to kill the obstacles.
I like
I'm
that
not
idea.
completely opposed to that. Wow.
The apex
Damn.
predator agrees with that.
Draw them all here for the big finale.
Yes. Or one by one, either way.
Tag team battle.
We might even get lucky enough to
Yes.
find 3 stone giants, all sleeping.
And then we have the tag team battle.
And so with
So Apos
this,
needs to do his thing by himself.
with this wisdom of Taroxy's,
Keep it in moderation, nephew.
as he shares the way they should go, the party seems to confirm that this makes sense, that we will bypass this giant and maybe find another obstacle. But as we start to see them wade away, I know we've been going for a long time without any break. We will take a 5-minute break and come back to the game. So, good stuff.
All right.
So
This is
going
such a
past past the giant for now, it sounds like.
We are going to wake something else up, and the giant's going to come for our asses. And it's not going to be okay.
Okay, wait a minute. I'm gone for like a couple minutes. What the hell happened?
We're on a commercial
Tried
break.
to- You discussed
Mark,
some
Yeah.
questionably consensual actions,
Yeah.
and we decided against it.
this character has fought with you one time, well, twice really. One in air, one on land. There's nothing quiet about this party. So one fight, you're alerting everybody, everything.
That's why we should kill everything in order.
No, you can avoid a fight.
I
We're
like
gonna
the
alert
option
everything.
You're not
of
sleeping in here,
fighting
dude.
everything at once.
Sadly, I do not have Thunderous Might prepared.
I
If
shall
this
regular
stone
goes
giant-
your thunderous might.
I've realized that I'm too short to walk, so all of my fire bolts are at half power because I'm
Oh, no.
submerged in water, which is not good. But as long as Apex Predator is holding me, I should be
I'm
okay.
surprised you're not doing the
Should
whole
be good.
Rocket and Groot thing with Taroxys.
Oh yeah, can I also know
Seriously.
one other thing? Are
Well,
we,
Taroxys
Yes.
needs to swing the hammer.
are we going
Go ahead, Mark.
straight where we're going to need to swim, or to the pillars that Pythias is recommending?
No, we don't want any history. We're looking for obstacles.
Okay.
We
Is
haven't
that
discussed
everyone's
that yet.
answer?
Okay, we haven't discussed that. All right, I'll have to
Oh.
all right, sounds good.
I heard the
Okay.
compromise. The compromise is find more obstacles.
Okay, so what happened? So
We go
So
in
I-
a direction until we find an obstacle, then we
Correct.
backtrack. So if we go to the column room and there's no obstacles,
We don't know exactly. There's no
we
obstacles.
continue to go past the column room. We go through it. We're backtracking, and according to Roxy's plan, we have to go to another room. If there's no obstacles there, we continue until there is an obstacle.
That's why we should go where there's more likely to be an obstacle.
There's one to the right of us right now.
Exactly. Let's go that way.
oh god, you're gonna wake up the stone giant?
There, this is your doing. Don't act shocked, Renee. This, you wanted to fuck it.
No, I did not. I'm
You
like
did recommend fucking it. Yes.
No, I
Yes.
I hate you all.
Oh, you think this is bad? You don't want to bring back Eberron then.
I want to bring back
Cass is-
Avernus.
Cass is in the chamber. He's been waiting.
Oh, I know.
But my thing
Okay.
is, we fight the stone giant. It hits any of us one time.
We're done.
It's wasting resources for whatever made the roar. or
Yeah,
the
but
hiss.
Mal's just gonna power up the bad guy at the end if we skip other stuff anyway.
I mean, you want to play a new character? Go ahead.
I have millions of new characters. Don't tempt me.
I mean, the only
I
reason we
challenge
want
you
to
to
go
bring in
back
a
in there.
Helioid worshiper, though.
Oops all rogues? Are we going oops all rogues every time we die? Oops
Oh,
all
God.
rogues.
I mean, we
Minimum
could.
of 2 levels.
Yeah, yeah.
You took a 2-level dip, right, Nick?
I took
I
a
took
3-level
three.
dip.
3. Yeah, minimum
has a
2 level. Let's do it. Every time you die, minimum 2 levels of rogue when you come back.
Tier 1, so.
I've started the chaos I shared with my random D100 sheet. And
I don't.
if-
I'm just
if
trying
by
to
Tuesday
avoid
party
fights.
PKs,
That's all.
TPKs.
I'm
I know your
trying
characters
to
are
avoid
coming
them
by.
for this one because we don't. I mean, it doesn't make sense to try. Like, unless we can go into the rooms stealthily, which we know is not a possibility. somebody can climb up without making any sound and then just stab the thing through the ear to kill it.
We
Right?
have Taroxys.
that's a big ice
Taroxys is
pick, my
gonna
man.
kill it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we don't, or I mean, I could stick that rifle thing in its ear and then just blow its brains out.
That should be quiet. Yes, let's try that.
You might just pop its eardrum, making it deaf.
Yeah, I know. Just piss it off. Okay, so
Just the
when I was
stone
gone,
giant, guys.
what did Pythias see in the other room?
So Pythias
The
has
pillars,
two,
right? The 3 columns.
Pythias has two ways. If we go Pythias's way and go to the right, we go towards the columns and no, not the columns. But if we go to the right, we go up.
Oh,
So his way breaks down too. One way is down. I think that's the left way, and one way is actually we're going to be like waist deep in water. If we go to the left, we're losing ground and we're going to have to swim again. Then we go right, we get a little bit more mobility, maybe. But all he saw was columns, pillars, and
Green
like
light.
architecture, and yeah, light. A light. Don't know if it's natural.
I'm
or
sorry,
not,
did you
but
miss the fact that it said the light that was the exact same as the stone guy that we fought in the last episode? That sounds
Ooh.
important.
I forgot about that, dude.
I mean, it sounds important.
That
if
dude
y'all
that
wanna-
killed No, it didn't kill Proxy.
Yeah, like no, I would rather fight the stone giant. I'm not getting eaten again. I'll die by a boulder. That was disrespectful.
There just might be something in there.
oh, we know there's something in there.
There's 100% something in there, and I'm trying to avoid that fight. Stone giant is a quantifiable enemy. Strong, but at least we know what it is.
Yeah, I hope that whatever's making the hissing sound isn't what I think it is.
Dude, did he tell you that me and Pythias got devastated?
Mm-mm.
My dude hit us with that sucking action 20-foot area. Did like it did like I think it was something like 60 damage and pooped us out.
Oh no.
Yeah.
You didn't-
That's the lights.
You didn't stab it from the inside.
No, I got knocked out and shat out. So I'm not excited to find more of those.
It just thought Tillman was a Tootsie Roll. It's fine.
Yeah, it swallowed me and Pythias. It was strength save. Swallowed both of us. I think Pythias also got knocked out, but he has that like pop up at 1 feet.
Yeah.
So he was still up.
Oh, that is brutal. I mean, okay,
Yeah.
so it's either one of those things, but then
We don't know if it's one of those things, but that thing
We
was
know
glowing
is-
green. It had glowing green rocks. It's the same glowing color that is past these pillars.
and was that thing an aberration? Is that what it was?
We didn't do a thing like
Or you
that.
didn't do? Oh,
It was a baby that was crying and it fell off. It fell down, and we were like, "Oh, maybe we should help it because it's like a baby." And then it was like sucks like
Yeah.
not good.
So we should definitely go find the parents.
That's what you guys are trying to do, right? Go down the green path. That's what you guys are recommending.
I don't think Pythias made the connection. Just like, oh, weird lights. Let's go look at that.
That, or we just keep swimming, right?
Yeah.
Because the other option is the deepest water.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't know if Tubman has a vote because Tubman's vote was Stone Giant. So you guys can go ahead and vote for the other two.
I mean, this is the Bronx Bullies, man. I'm just in the background going, you guys are all gonna die.
for once, I'm agreeing with you.
I mean, to be fair, that's kind of what Zen did too.
No, Zen picked his battle, so like out in the fields or something, he'd be with the fight. The I think the only time he didn't fight was when you guys fucked up the guard. That's about it.
Yeah.
That's because he didn't want to jeopardize the trading policy they have with the centaurs. That was just like, okay, you guys are all gonna fucking die. Great.
Yeah. You'll have more friends to talk to.
Fucking no.
Wouldn't it be great if Apex Predator dies and you just have that in your head 24/7?
The fuck, dude. I'm terrified now. Like I love Nick's character, but if that dude dies and I just hear his theme music all the damn time.
I mean,
The
it could have been
apex
worse.
predator will live on
And
forever.
all the promos ever.
And be like, oh yeah, tonight in Miller's, we got the greatest wrestling leonin ever.
Oh, don't die. Don't die. Let me die before you die. I already have a backup. It's good.
So if Apex dies, like immediately Leto is just jumping off a cliff. Is that what I'm hearing?
Where's the biggest 1,000-foot cliff? I'm Keely's this shit. No goldfish needed, just straight down.
And that's what we talked about at the Dark Souls game, right? It was like, oh, so I went down first, and then it was you, and then it's Nick, and we're like, okay, who's up next?
All right, let's see. I can just wait for Nikki to come back. Won't be good.
Yeah, sorry, I had to jump off really quickly because I finally let my kids play fighting games, so they're playing Tekken 6 and
Nice.
7,
Ah.
and my daughter is just like, it doesn't. Something came up with saving, and I'm like, it's fine, it's an autosave. Just push the green A button.
Nice.
So I went over there thinking like, oh my god, like they crashed something because we also have a terabyte drive attached to the Xbox, just
And you
for
gotta enter-
space. Yeah,
Well,
and then
well-
I thought, I'm like, oh god, did that die? And no, it was the autosave feature. So
When they gonna play Mortal Kombat?
that's gonna be a while. But I mean, my son was when I was playing early with my son. It was like, I think final before we went to I took him to Geeky Cheese, and before we left, it was like 14 to 12. And it wasn't like I just let him, like, I'm not letting him win. We don't do that in our family. So he was up there. I was at one point, I was just like, I'm like, all right, that you can stop now. No, stop. No.
Nice. All right.
Yeah, he learned that juggle move in Tekken, the one where you just keep smashing buttons. I'm like, oh.
Tekken's always been a difficult game for me. I've always been a Street Fighter.
Because
Fighter
Tekken
guy.
has a move list as
Yeah, it's
long
ridiculous.
as, oh my god, it's stupid.
Yeah.
And you only use 5 moves max out of it.
Yeah, and then he learned how to use Akuma.
Ooh.
Oh wow, that's difficult.
Yeah.
All right. So, the party heads off into the darkness, and wherever they're going, I guess they'll decide when they get to the fork. But as they do travel, they head by the cave off to the right, where they hear the echoing of the giant kind of talking to himself as they're passing by, because you're definitely far enough where neither one of you really see each other in this darkness or notice each other, but you can still hear him kind of moving around and, oh, Grom, where have you gone? Grom! And then as you pass by, you're, about 60 feet from 60 feet away from that cavern. He kind of disappears a bit. You could always double back, but you get to the same split that Pythias talked about. And sure enough, this cavern off to the right has these 3 large pillars that go up. I'd say they go up like rocky formations, natural formations. They're all maybe 10 feet apart. and they go up 30 feet, 30, 35 feet. And then directly ahead of you is just that similar to where you're already at. Another, just the dark cavern continues, but you can tell the ground kind of drops off where it's kind of like you can tell you're in deep waters if you continue. You have to swim. You can still breathe, but you have to swim.
Just walk across the bottom.
Yeah, I mean, Trockies could do that.
So there's the columns I was talking about.
Ooh, shiny.
Is there anything written on them?
No.
This is smooth.
They're not smooth. They are almost think of them like jagged, large stalagmite systems. Like piece. But and then the tops are just kind of rounded off, kind of flat, broken rock. They look like they could have been natural rock pillars of some types in the void, and they look like they might have collapsed from the ceiling above or broken off a bit. Yeah. Of course, it's a fantasy world. My geographical understanding and stuff is gonna get wonky, but for all you people that kind of know this stuff a lot better.
They're not man-made.
Yeah, they're not man-made.
Okay.
Is there anything else in this
I did
cavern on the right side?
It has that like greenish purple kind of glow to it, a little hue. Unlike everything else that has been just pitch black darkness, is the first time you've seen a hint of light. And that light seems to resonate off of the natural gemstones that are in the walls, around the area.
And they look like naturally placed there, like it just happens to grow here.
Almost like like natural minerals in the wall structure, yeah. And it does remind you, if I heard somebody talk about it, it is reminiscent of the creature you fought outside, and that thing had them like in it as well. But nothing looks like that pile of rocks, so nothing looks like it's hiding necessarily, but it is really dark. So I mean, I'm sure that fear is like, oh shit, is it one of those things? Who of you is probably who of you is probably the adventurer who's been in this type of environment the most? Caverns, caves, anybody? No, maybe not.
I'm urchin, man. I stick to the cities.
And then who is our spellcaster? Who's the person that knows magic the most?
Nikki.
Fitz is from the Fae, and this is Scola. Yeah, you and Nikki both. So Fitz, Fitz and Telmoon give me a Arcana check.
This Telmoon is bad at that.
Fine, you can help. You're helping him.
Can I help? Can I give her advantage?
I'm just gonna choose for you to give me your check. Okay, I'll treat it as help. Yes, give Fitz instead of Telmoon rolling, you get advantage. Fair enough.
Because I would have been a 7 for me.
It was a 7 for me too.
Oh
man.
wow! So see, they're like, huh. You guys are like, those rocks look like that monster outside.
My Arcana's plus
Yeah.
0, by the way, you guys.
They're like, that's some magical stuff, but whatever.
I just play my piccolo and things happen.
Oh,
you're natural 20.
Oh, that's the second one? Oh,
Yeah!
there it is. So, looking into the cavern space, nice, that's what he's done. What you realize is something with the gemstone seems to be evident is that they house magical, like the magical essence of the rock. Maybe they grow, or maybe they form in the rock because of the magical nature of, because they don't seem to be, they are natural, but they seem to draw their magic, the magic itself. Like, so I guess what I'm trying to say is the gemstones or whatever they are, which no one's ever really like looked at them close to see what kind of stone they are. They seem to be absorbing the magic that came from the temple, the Obscura. And so that temple sat there for a long time. It was this collaboration between a god and man, And so with its destruction, some of that chaotic magic freed itself. So because of that, who knows what that magic has. So I think that what you would understand is, like you were talking about the mama and the papa, that thing outside is probably not a baby of some creature. It probably was just created from chaotic wild magic being released from the tower's collapse. And so some of the different things that you may see, mutations from the creatures and things, could all just be from the fallout of the temple itself. Which means that there's, in short, what I'm saying is there's no rhyme or reason to what could be because of the magic from this place.
And
So we
does it seem
could take
like
a stone.
Yeah.
does it seem like those stones have captured some of that magic?
The only stones that you can grab right now were outside, but yeah, the ones that are in this room are high up. Somebody would have to scale the walls and try to chisel them out. Yeah.
The
but,
apex predator will scale the wall.
or is that what the apex predator is?
Oh, Apex, if you could get some of those stones, I could put them here in this super cool bag that holds a lot of stuff.
You got it, little lady.
Oh, thank you. You're so cool.
Did he have to scream that?
Yes.
Yes,
I'm gonna
You got it,
I'm gonna like
lady.
cheer him on
lady.
and like wave a little Brown's bully flag and be like, "You can do it!" And I'm gonna inspire you.
Thank you. The claws retract as.
So before you grab onto the side as you enter the room, because you've kind of like entered the space before you can kind of jump onto the sides of the walls, the water around the three pillars kind of starts to ripple, and Apex, you kind of turn and you see two figures' heads kind of pop up from the, like they're, because you're standing waist deep, but you can tell these figures are laying kind of close to the water, like they were almost like bodies that kind of pop up and their heads come up, and they are kind of palish bluish green. You can see the veins in their skin. They remind you of Pythias, but these humanoid creatures, but their eyes are a lot darker and pitted black, and they have a lot more kind of protrusions like frills on their body. And then one of them, another one, calls out in a gurgly voice, and it is standing on the middle pillar. And suddenly there's multiple of them. There's two that are in the water near you. There's two that there's one on each of the standing on each of the pillars, and the one in the middle, the kind of the leader, of course, we're always looking for that person, has a little bit darker bluish skin and has 4 arms, combination of bluish skin and purple like frills and gills, and holds a trident in one of those arms, and as it looks down on you, it speaks, and as it speaks, its voice is it feels very clear to everyone in the room that the voice is not, this voice seems like it's not this creature's voice. It says, "Turn back," and then one of the other creatures says, "Leave my lair." It like "Leave my lair," and it you see which voices, mouths kind of move or mutter the words, but the voice is, you can't tell if it's in the hall or if it's in your heads. What do you do? I'll make it a little clearer here, the situation. As there is one of these guys is up here. And then but Apex was going towards the wall that he was about to climb, probably over in this direction, when one popped up there. There's one with another one here with a trident. Seems to be one over here standing.
Pythias, do you guys have like a secret handshake or something that will let us like get past,
I mean, I can talk to anything that breathes water.
So if you see them there,
That's a
2
start.
there next to our champion, 2 up here. The middle column is where the kind of the larger one is standing, and then one here as well, and then you all are kind of back here tucked away right at the entrance, but our boy Apex was about to
Question,
go in there.
Apex. Did you put Telmoon down before sprinting or after?
You think that he would let you go?
So Telmo.
Oh no.
And
You could have
for the
you
sake
could
of
have
light,
gotten
I'll
out
pump
if you
this up a
wanted
bit.
to. I'm just saying that he wouldn't.
No, I just felt like the chaotic energy would probably lead towards a ride. So
All right.
wanted to clarify.
If anyone else has anything they want to do before Apex says something, so
Yeah, it's putting hands up. Like, we aren't here to intrude on you. We were investigating, seeking out a creature that might need help.
a creature? We need no help. Turn
All
back.
right.
Leave this place. It is not yours.
There was a creature beloved to Nylea that might be in here. Do you know where we could find it?
A creature beloved to who?
To Nylea.
I care not of the gods of this world. Now, the thing is about these things, nothing about these things seem godlike. They do not, but they seem to be, you seem to be hearing this voice. Sometimes the leader's voice mimes it, sometimes one of the others says it. And Pythias, for you, you know these to be, which is strange. The voice thing doesn't make any sense to you, but they appear to be the Sahagin. They're aquatic humanoids who were known to be like the Triton's ancient ancestors. These seem, like I said, particularly strange, and their bluish pale skin seems to be that they seem to be like they have definitely been down here in these caverns and in these waters for a very long time. And like I said, their eyes are kind of dark and glassy, and you've never met a Sagan before, but these, particularly their eyes, seem kind of soulless. They have this kind of soulless quality.
Yeah.
They almost seem zombies or like charmed to some degree.
Thanks. Divine sense? Do I sense celestial, fiend, or undead?
You do not. No, none of them are undead. You sense no celestial. You sense no fiend.
I cannot turn back. I promise to grab that crystal on the wall there.
Yeah, scrape down as many as you can, Apex.
and then you see him swimming towards the wall to grab the crystals, or climb up to grab some crystals.
So as he does, these Tritons kind of swim, these Sahagins swim forward to attack. Like they look, you can't tell whether they're attacking or not, but they their heads go down the water, their backs come up, and you can see the fin on them, not like a shark fin, but like a strange kind of strange fish-like fin as they move very quickly. Roll initiative.
Right.
We both exhausted, so both at disadvantage.
You know it.
Good times. Wow. Okay.
That is a natural one.
Oh,
God.
Okay. That's different.
Well,
Only the
20.
crystals matter.
All right, I also rolled for Jerome. Jerome got a 23.
Did Jerome hear us and run in? Oh yeah, Jerome.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jerome. Jerome is not in this fight. Jeez.
Yeah, no.
God, let's
I
put
had
Jerome in
because
the fight,
before
let's
today's game, I had didn't know if you were gonna make Jerome come, so he was already in
I
my...
was hoping we
I'll
would. It
remove,
would be
yeah.
nice to have
Let's
some
remove
extra
Jerome.
backup.
It'd be like Jerome went invisible. He went all stealthy.
I don't know why. Yeah, I saw his name, so I was like, oh, for a second there, I brain.
The horde of skeletons turns on Jerome.
Yeah. You guys come back and he's just 11 skeletons are skewered into a wall.
Come back and there's a skeleton satyr.
Or we just cut away from this fight completely.
And Proxinos is
Jerome
standing there like,
solo them.
like the fucking Antichrist.
Yes.
Oh my god.
That's a good idea, but set it now so it won't happen.
Down the road, we'll forget and be like, hey, remember?
I am all about evil Proxinos.
Yeah. Troxys, what did you get?
19.
19, not bad. All right, so Apple looks like you got a dirty 20, or is it was it nat 20, dirty 20? Pythias?
That's dirty 20.
15 for me.
15. Fits.
16.
Not bad.
We're all in a bunch, aren't we?
Sure are.
Better us than them.
Well, except for my ride.
Tell Moon what you get.
18.
18, dude. You guys, yeah.
I mean,
Metal
technically,
the
wouldn't that count as you're on a mount?
Yes, I have mounted him.
Yes.
Leto
I don't know.
and Apex.
I don't know how you picked me up and where you would have put me.
The mighty Apex got a 1.
Oh, no modifier, huh? Just straight 1, huh?
Leto.
It's a 4, but honestly, I'll go last.
doesn't matter.
Leto, what'd you get?
23.
23. So okay, you guys are all going. Let's see what we got here. So Leto, you're up first. Then Apple, then Taroxys. I think almost every one of the Sagan get to go before the end, but looks like most of you have the jump here. Leto, what do you do?
I wanted to do this before shit hit the fan, but it's too late. I just want to move stealthily to the left of Taroxys in that little cove and try to make my way up behind that Sahagwin.
Which one to the left? You said like that one?
Yeah, so that little cove to the left of that,
Okay.
like right at the edge of the map. I just want to go there and come up behind them.
Okay. So if you're 15 here, your team. Because remember, okay, here's the thing: the waters come up to where you can walk in it, almost like it's like to your waist, but it's still difficult terrain. So I don't know if you're gonna make it. You're not gonna.
Well,
What are you trying
I
to
was
do?
wanting to actually go further behind him,
Okay.
so I'll use my bonus action to dash.
So it's 10, 20, 30, right, to get here. If I started you just from a general spot, right? And then you're going to go further down this way, or you're...
Yeah.
Because you're trying to climb up, right? Which is that
Yeah.
it's difficult terrain as well. So are you dash?
I'm not going to be able to do everything in one turn, so
right.
that's
So
fine.
it's part...
I just
yeah.
want to position myself to climb
Okay.
next turn.
Okay. If you are trying to set yourself up, if you're dashing, you can go further back so that you are out of out of his eyesight. But I still need a stealth check from you this turn to see if he sees it coming.
24.
All right. Well, you got that. He definitely doesn't see it coming. So yeah. So planning to. Let's see. Apple, you are up. If less Letos or anything else, otherwise, move.
Yes, I'll move him to that first pillar.
First pillar right here.
Yeah.
Or yeah. So this is like 10, 20 feet. I'm kind of treating everybody as like right around here. 10, 20. Is that around where you're looking?
Yeah.
Okay. There's a guy
then-
there, like 15 feet away, like, and there's the big guy there, two there,
Okay.
two over here.
Yeah, so then
Do you have
he'll.
swim speed?
Do I have swim speed?
Yeah.
If you have swim speed, it's low enough water to where you can use your swim speed. Like Pythias has no issue just swimming around, moving your regular speed in this water. So this is the time where you can shine with your movement.
I know it's level 16 for rangers, but I don't know if it's new, like it's the Tasha's thing or not.
It says while climbing or swimming, each foot of movement costs 1 extra foot, 2 extra feet in difficult terrain.
Okay. Then you can do
So-
that.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
That would yeah, you could swim. So
Okay. Yeah.
all right, so what are you trying to do?
I'd still be there, and then
Let's just see.
he'll wind up firing that his what do we call it?
The space rifle.
Rod of Blaster.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna fire the okay.
So I forgot what it was. Do we just use the?
Did you write down the? I have it in my notes, but it's probably far back. I'm gonna find it here and scroll. But I gave you all the stats for it a while ago. Let me see if I can find.
Did I put it in my
I
notes?
thought you put it. Yeah. It's like that laser rifle.
No, I didn't get it down.
It'll be the Necron fight. It's whatever your plus, it's 2d8 plus 3 is the damage.
Okay.
But the attack is whatever your normal ranged modifier is for like an arrow or whatever.
Okay, so let's do that. So that's gonna be that's 21 to hit.
That's gonna hit.
Cool. And then it's
And which one are you firing at? The middle one or the one over here?
the one that's right above me.
Right down. Okay.
Yeah. And it was 2d8.
2d8 plus plus. Actually not the 2d8 plus your whatever your dexterity modifier is. That's what it would be.
Okay.
Not theirs was plus 3. Yours should be different.
Ooh, 7. So that's Dex modifier. Right. So that's gonna be 10. Nice. No,
10
I'm sorry.
damage?
9 damage.
Nice.
9 damage.
9. So it blasts him and it sears, it slams into part of his arm. Part of that laser blaster slam into the rock behind you. It throws him off kilter as he almost falls off the all these. Actually, I'll roll to see if he actually can hold his ground. He's at 18. He's kind of stays there, but you can tell he's hurt as he staggers back, and there's a look of like, what was that? But as the shot goes off, what I need from you is roll a d6.
That's a 3.
Okay. As you realize the thing is like spitting out water, you've like taking it submerged, so it sparks in your hand on that 3, and then like a little smoke comes out of it. But then you see on the side the little gauge is like deep, and is literally charging up for another shot. The next time you shoot it, you will roll a d4. If you are done with your turn, Taroxys, you are up. You're right there.
All right. Gosh, I think I'm gonna dash up the rock.
Okay. So yeah, dashing would get him there. Of course, not being able to necessarily attack, but
Actually, that's
here we
what
go.
my hammering horns ability is for.
That's
Immediately, Goring Rush. Immediately after you use the dash action on your turn and move at least 20 feet, you can make one melee attack with your horns as a bonus action.
all right. Give me those horns. So right after the guy's
That's,
recovering from the blast of the laser-like beam, here comes Taroxys, and Taroxys kind of slips. That just from climbing the rock, you do it athletically, kind of amazingly, but just as you're about to hit him, he steps aside, and that your horn kind of blows into the wall instead of him, and he's able to step aside. If you're now standing there, as Leto's like, come on, like that was my guy. But now Taroxys is there fighting him, and we move to Telmoon, who's over here on the back. Which you can let go, of course, any time of
All right, there's two of them
There's
right there.
two of them right there.
Both of them are just okay. All right. I
Yeah.
get 2 stabs. It's one for each of them. See what happens. Nice. Okay. Does a 18 hit?
18 does hit.
Okay. Both of them get normal rapier stabbed, which is something I don't do very often, so I don't know the modifier for. Okay. So to the one to the left, Git takes 13 points of damage, and the one to the right takes 9.
Okay.
And then Telmoon will just hop off of Apex.
Yeah.
But to be like behind, can he hop off onto that rock? Is that rock real?
This rock here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like behind him though. Like,
Oh.
I'm trying to hide.
Which this rock right here?
No, like still there, but like have the Sahagui not be able to touch me because Apex is in the way.
Oh, this rock.
Yep, that one.
Gotcha. I see what you're trying to. Sure.
Sorry,
Yes.
explaining.
There you go.
Okay. Yep. And I will bonus action Super Saiyan Ancestral. Whatever it's called.
Yep.
And then my turn.
Nice. So as that is happening, we move to who did I miss? Troxy's Tell Moon. So before Fitz, there actually is one of the Sagan is actually able to do something here. The one standing up here, kind of, you can tell it looks like maybe a female Sagan, and her wet, kind of clammy skin, her gills kind of puff out, and she puts her hands together, creating like a suddenly what flourishes is a magical trident begins to appear. And she puts that magic weapon. So she put it right next to Telmoon and Apex, and will attack with it. The magic weapon. I mean, spiritual weapon.
Who are you gonna hit with that?
I'm going
Yeah, I
to
was like magic weapon. Look at that.
Spiritual weapon is, of course, what I meant. Spiritual weapon. She'll use that spiritual weapon against.
Come at me.
Against Telmoon.
Come at me, bro. Can't touch me.
Let's see what I got here. 17
misses.
So she throws it out. This light. Almost like lightning, glowing light, not lightning, but like lightning's colored trident flies and slams, and then when it slams and misses Telmoon into the rock, it dissipates, and then the little bits of particles start to form again as it kind of starts to float and recreate itself next to him, but it does not hit, and she'll stay where she's at. Fitz, you're up.
Hey! Don't hit my friends like that! And I'm gonna pull out the bow from Nylea, and I'm gonna shoot that lady who just tried to hit my friend.
Yeah.
Now here's the thing, and it's at that range without the dark vision, and she's obscured, so that
if I have the sharpshooter feat,
then she's not.
Does that not impose any of that disadvantage?
She's not in 3/4. It only allows her to take 3.
Yeah,
it's vision. It makes it clear, right? It makes her vision clear, right?
It attacking at long range doesn't impose disadvantage.
Yeah, it's not a long range thing. He's outside of your
He's
vision.
outside of your vision. Okay, so vision it does still work. Okay, so that doesn't help you in this particular situation.
But it's only 60 feet. You can get closer.
Yeah, you can move. If you move up.
Yeah, I want to be able to see this lady and then shoot her. If I can, I have 45.
You can get up 3. Well, because remember you're in disadvantage. I mean, you're in. Gosh, can't think today.
You're in water.
But you're in water, so
difficult
three. Yeah, difficult terrain. So 3 spaces get you.
That looks
5.
like 60 feet.
Yeah, that's 60 feet. You're good.
Okay. Yes, let's.
Well,
do
what
that.
I'm saying is she's got 60 feet on her. What I'm saying is that's still really because she doesn't have dark vision.
Oh yeah. So is she further than 40 feet away from me?
Yes, like right outside of 40.
Because I'm a big light. So
Yes, she's right outside of your 40-foot range.
yeah.
You could step over 5 feet and then she 5 or 10 feet and she would
Well,
be
I
in.
didn't think about she.
I
tried
know
to hit
you
me
were
after that.
which is in combat what you're not supposed to be thinking about, right? You're just like trying to get out of the water. I get it.
But I did see that attack, right?
Yes, you can. I'm not saying you can't attack her. You can still attack her.
Okay.
It's just I'm gonna give you disadvantage on the shot
Okay.
because she's like shifty. She's like in the dark. It's hard to see.
And if I were to move closer, that wouldn't help.
You've moved as close as you can get without dashing.
I see.
Because you're moving.
Okay.
You're moving 10 for every movement. You're moving 10 instead of 5. So that's
there
what's,
now.
That's what's slowing you down. Yep.
Okay.
Especially being
Well,
little
then-
and trying to swim, like pull your bow
Shoot,
out.
let me try. Okay. My first one was a 17.
Okay.
And the next one was a 16. And that
Okay.
is
So the
plus,
16. I think. Let me just check. I think that.
That's
will hit.
plus
That will-
8.
Oh yeah, that will hit.
Okay. And that is 10 points of damage.
Ooh, she will take it. She screams after she just finished casting that spell, and then this rod like slams into her shoulder, like and you could tell that it hurts. You know, you could tell the strike was true. Still standing there, but
Stick my tongue out in that general direction.
Pythias, you are. Unless
yeah.
you got something else, got bonus action. You got...
I am going to bonus action inspire Pythias. Be like, go get him, even though I'm sorry, I hope you don't feel conflicted about this. Get him!
This is fine.
My inspirational speech.
Cool. And if it's on me, super simple turn, I'm going to use movement and action to dash and try to stand. I want to go towards the Sahagwin that are attacking Apex.
Okay. This is 30 here. So you dat. So this gets you. You say you're dashing?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. So you get in contact with. I mean, you could dash and get all the way in contact with both of them. Yep.
That's good.
All right. So out of the water, kind of you see just like this dolphin stream through this very shallow water. As you kind of leap out of the water and strike at the figures in front of you.
Strike nothing. That's my action.
I know. Like for the next turn, you're planning to strike, of course.
Yeah.
What am I looking for? I'm trying to find. Sorry, I'm trying to connect which one of these guys is the actual. That's the Blade Master.
My game within a game of identifying battle music soundtracks continues.
Okay. Josh, I'm not gonna lie, man. I wasn't sure if I was hurt more that he used the Hunger Games or that you recognized it right away.
It's a very distinct track.
Yeah. Okay, so I am.
I was more impressed that I got the correct movie more than I just got the Hunger Games.
Sorry, this is my fault trying to identify which miniature should be this guy that I have placed here. That whose turn it actually is.
Okay.
He seems off. That's him. Seems like somebody's missing. Okay. All right. So actually, it is not. So then it would be okay. So it's these two guys that are all hurt. The two Sagan there. So they will attack with the first one. Will try to make an attack towards as they see. Pythias coming in for help. The one here will make an attack towards him. 2 melee attacks with one. Let's see, one claw. 18.
Oh, that's gonna hit.
It's gonna hit for 2 damage, not much. And then as he tries to claw, tries to bite. That will hit as well for scoring another 18. And as he bites into, unlike the Tritons, he had these like jagged, like shark-like teeth for another 5 piercing damage. As that one, the other one tries to attack this large, the apex predator.
Big mistake.
17
That hits.
or a dirty 20, yeah, with claws. 4 slashing damage. And then the bite, 17. And,
Yep.
and for 2 piercing damage.
Looks down at him as you scratched in front of him.
All right. Those 2 are done. And then the figure up here will leap into the water, kind of step off and kind of come splashing down, and he doesn't go completely underwater because his legs kind of slam into the water halfway up. He's really tall. He's probably big as Tyroxes in height.
I can fix that.
Yeah, we know you can. And then we'll move towards Apo. So right over this, between this, and he will attack with that trident. That's a natural 20 for 27. The trident, the first stab.
I'm going to use my reaction.
Okay.
Runic Shield. When another creature you see within 60 feet of you is hit by an attack roll, you can use your reaction to force the attacker to re-roll the d20 and use the new roll.
All right. So the new roll will be the 16
Over to the
plus
cloud. Let's go.
23.
It's not a cloud rune. It's a new ability.
Got it. Yeah. Okay,
So your second roll was a 23.
It's not a crit.
Not a crit. Not a crit.
It's not
though.
great.
So that hits.
What's the damage?
Okay, and then another one with the trident for 17, and then a bite and a dirty 20. Do all 3 of those hit?
Yeah.
The bite will go. The bite will take. We'll give him 10 piercing damage, and then the sorry, I'm rolling. Normally D&D Beyond makes it easier, but it's not anymore since they're always slow.
If it helps, you can roll fewer damage die.
You can just roll a d6. It's fine.
10 piercing on the first strike from the trident, and from the second one, 13. Why do I always go crazy on Apple? Like, Apple always is like open to, it never fails. So,
I mean, you could have had him jump down towards Pythias or Apex.
I really could. But I don't. I'm just thinking.
There's always
closest guy that's completely open, and it's Apple. All right, so he's done there. He's just going to work as him and Apple's like dashing out of the way. This like, and in this weird way, this cat is fighting this fish that is this big, fish dude. Now, the Blade Master leaps into the water and will move.
I'm sorry. The Blade Master is the lady, or there's another lady back up there?
No, the lady's still back up there. The Blade Master. The Blade Master has like a coral shield and a blade, and he just jumped in and swim over and will make. Now, Pythias, you've taken damage, right?
Yes.
So when anyone's taking, if there's blood in the water, the Soggen kind of capitalize on that. So they take advantage on all attacks as long as you are not. Pretty much, if you're not at full health, they get advantage once you've lost blood. So he'll make with his wave cutter blade 17, 22 to hit
Oh yeah.
for 8 damage. And off the blade, and then oh man, he'll attack same thing with that same blade. Jeez. 18 before adding the modifier, so that's gonna hit for 12 slashing damage, and one more slash for advance. That one's gonna miss. I think that one's gonna miss at 16.
Yes.
Yep. So, putting us at Apex Predator after the all said and done.
I'll be back for you.
Pointing to the one that hit him,
Yep.
and you see this shift occur in the water, and this water is difficult terrain, correct?
It is difficult terrain. Yep.
So the mobile feat, when I dash, I ignore difficult terrain.
Yep.
So I am going to use the special feature of the Tabaxi to double the speed, and then as a bonus action
I
dash.
hate your builds. They're so fucking stupid. You know I love you, but I'm just saying. I'm just being honest. This is gonna be another Coco that I have to like bring like the wrath of God to actually bring down. I already know it.
I will stream, like I'll move through the stream over to where Apo is.
Okay. Yep, and I know you can make it there. So he can still make his reaction and gain an opportunity attack. Right?
I will take it.
Yes.
Okay. Both of them will make an attack. One attack. I don't think that's gonna do it from the regular ones. They're the weaklings. The highest on that attack was a 12. 15. That doesn't hit you, right?
I'll miss.
Yep. Second one, 19, 21.
Yeah. Yep.
22 actually. So, and only gonna do with its claw. So I mean, it's not much. So it's gonna be 2 damage.
I'll take that 2 damage.
Okay.
And going in for the grab.
I need a contested athletics.
All right.
And I'll be rolling.
You're doing it to this
with
big guy right
advantage
here, right?
Yeah.
All right. The grab to the Baron.
You do still have an inspiration die
I'm
for
going to
me
use
whenever
it.
you want to use it.
So the Baron is not going to use. Is going to use. It's going to use strength. It's going to try to 16 plus 4, dirty 20.
Okay. I rolled a. Let's see here. What is that? I rolled an 8 on the dice, so that means I got a 29 in athletics.
Okay. All right. Continue.
So grab him by the arm or the chest.
Yep.
Look over at Apo.
Nephew, I'm borrowing this one for a second.
As
Like-
he
And remember, he's got 4 arms. So you're grabbing like your arm bar, like one of these arms as the other ones are flailing. One of them has this like trident. But he's grappled. Yeah. But
and I'm dragging him back to Pythias.
please don't tell me you can get there in this turn.
I have
You
200
can,
movement
yeah.
speed.
Yeah. All right. Nuts. All
And
right.
as the other attack, I am putting him down as I'm doing the tombstone. The tombstone as he smashes him into the water to put him down. I need another athletics roll.
All right.
Oh boy, did his research. I'm so proud.
He will fail. I'm sure because he gets he got a 9 on that.
Yeah, that'll be a 17.
All right. How much damage does he take?
He doesn't take any damage.
Oh,
He
you're just
is-
letting. You're just doing the move, like, or you're just proning him, right?
So he's grappled and prone.
Grappled and
right now.
prone. Got
Right?
it. He's pinning him
And-
down. Okay.
And the guy that hit me beginning, I do this in front of him.
Okay. All right, I like it. All right, Apex Predator finishes the first round with a fantastic flare, and with that flare kicking off, I think that warrants. We start at the top of the round. I think that's with
It's the sneaky
Leto.
play.
Yeah, I ain't topping any of that bullshit. I'm just gonna simply try and climb up to where Droxy's is, seeing that there's a guy there.
So you're able to make it just up there. 10, 20, 30. Okay, yep. So you're within 5 feet of the.
Okay. He's gonna manifest a blade around his arm, like Psylocke, and take a attack on this guy.
Okay.
Oh, that's just mean. That's a natural 20.
Natural 20. All right.
So
Even need to roll. Look at this guy.
six. Probably don't. Song.
Were you waiting for me? Did I miss something?
Oh no, he's
No.
rolling the million of damage.
Yeah,
that
the
he
damage.
used to
That's what I'm just making sure because my mind is doing a million things right now. But yep.
42.
Jeez. To that guy with the. That's the 42. Jeez. Okay, and then he had taken. I now see what I did earlier. I had given some damage had come off of him that should have gone to the bear. No, that wasn't. Not the bear. That guy. Okay, yeah, he's pretty messed up.
Okay, then bonus action, stab him again. Go do left damage. Does a 18 hit?
That will hit.
7. This is all psychic, by the way.
Psychic. How much damage? More? How much more? 7 more.
Yeah, that's it. 7.
7 more. You want to describe like what this looks like as you're delivering that much damage and that fantastic.
Very
flare?
mafia, like ice pick to the back of the neck, cerebral assassin, and his
Okay.
head, his eyes explode towards Taroxy's. I just move the body and go kill the big one.
He didn't die. He's still
Oh, he
up.
did it?
No, he didn't die. But like
Oh, okay. I thought you said
that much. So
describe
you stab him in his neck, and then like you're transferring. So then you transfer psychic energy into like the stab. Is that
Yeah.
what it looks? Okay.
pretty
He's like,
much kind of
like he's like
Psylocke in it.
convulsing with it. He's still up, but he's taking a shit ton of that.
Use your reaction segment. All right. Yep, that's my turn.
Apple, you're up. Well, thankfully, Apple, your guy is gone, and I'm sorry, literally to you now, Pythias. I put a new sword on your hand, like because
okay.
your sword arm broke a while ago. Put
Oh,
a new
no.
sword on there, and it continues to break every time. Every time I glue a new sword. That's the one thing about Hero Forge minis. Once they break in a very weak point, forget about it. Like you can so I don't know if you've noticed, but Pythias hasn't had a hand for like 4
You'll be
sessions.
gluing that thing forever.
I'll be gluing it forever. All right, it's like right at the wrist, at the little tiny wrist.
Oh,
But
That's where,
I have
Nihilus
to, I have to
broke it.
reprint. I'm gonna have to reprint him. But yeah, Apple, you're up.
Okay. Can you move me up to the top of those two, like where the stairs are, to the right?
Here.
Right there.
Yep. That you can get there.
And then he will try and blast that closest to who again?
Close. You say so. Which one?
The one to the right. The one that you pointed at.
The Blade Master.
The
Is that
blade.
that
So
one?
like, there's the big guy, the Baron. Okay, so to give you some names just to help you, the Baron is the main guy with the 4 arms.
Okay.
These are the regular Triton, like the regular Sahagin. Then there's the deep diver, the priestess, and then the Blade Master is here.
That's
you
the
looking
priestess.
at. Okay, priestess. Okay,
The
priestess.
priestess.
Which you're within range.
That is going to be 18 to hit.
That is gonna hit.
Yes. All right, and then it's going to be 2d8. Where are you? All right. Who's that? Plus. So that's 9 total.
Take it.
Um,
Another blow.
Now, can he make a second shot with that, or do I have to roll a d4 before that?
What do you mean?
You said the next time I use it, I have to roll a d4.
Oh, yes. So you
Okay.
shot her with that. You
Yeah.
can, because you get 2 attacks, right?
Right.
So yes, you can make another shot, but before you make the shot, you got to roll the d4.
That was a 4.
Okay, you can make another shot. It
Oh,
continues
nice.
to work. It continues to charge.
Okay, so that's going to be.
After this shot, you're gonna roll a d4 minus 1.
Ooh, okay. So that's going to be 17 to hit.
That's gonna hit.
Yeah. And now another 2. So that's going to be 15. Ooh, 15.
How do you do it? She's donezo. Jeez, before she got.
And then just so you know, I rolled a d4 and that's a 2.
So it's a 1. So it's a 2. You rolled a 3
No,
minus.
yeah, I
1.
rolled a 3 minus
Okay.
1.
It continues to work.
Okay.
The next
So-
time you use it, it will be a d4 minus 2.
Oh god. Okay. So yeah, he aims and he pulls it up right, and you would see his cheeks just inflate, and then and just pulls that trigger.
And she just hits dead center mass, and that like light, that laser, and just sparkle show. It kind of burns from the inside outward, kind of like in Blade when the vampires just get disintegrated, and she's gone. A bit of like bones drop away, but gone.
And the last thing he'll do is he'll yell at his uncle, "That's how it's done."
And then when he looks at the rifle, the rod, he looks on the side. That little green light, instead of charging back up, it's going beep, beep, beep. It's flashing red.
Hell yeah, nephew.
Taroxys is up.
Handle this one, Stabber. How far do you think I can jump?
Your normal jump. Well, if you're in combat, but what is it? This is the one stat I always forget. Jump is what is it? Does anybody know off the top of their
It's
head?
isn't it plus your strength modifier?
It's like I know it's your strength modifier.
Yeah, it's your strength score.
And you get
divided
more
by
if you
2.
can. You get more if you can move right before
If you
do
run
it.
10 feet before you do it, it's your full strength score.
Okay, your full strength
Just a
score.
little
So what's your
jump
strength?
calculator.
So you would get 20. You're well, to say. I'm sure you're like somewhere close to 20. So you
But
get like,
it technically, if he's like an athlete or if he's large, or I'm sure there's other modifiers to it.
yeah.
Which is why he's googling a jump calculator. But normally, no mirthful leap for him.
Yeah.
Well, actually, apparently,
Usually, because the way I usually judge it, if it's a short distance and it's based on that number, you just leap it. But if you're in combat or something like that, and it's like it could cause some kind of hindrance to the story, like you falling to your death, then I make you make some kind of athletic.
I mean, it's pretty dumb. Like cats can't jump, but elephants can. Like it
doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Elephants are strong. They can jump, right?
Yeah.
this is actually so weird because, like, according to the rules, your height factors into your jump.
Only for your high jump, not for your long jump.
For your high
Oh,
jump,
not
yeah.
for my long jump. Okay. Oh,
Yeah, if you're jumping
gosh.
across, you're good. Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, if you're doing a standing jump from here and you're trying to go there, is that what you're trying to do, or I don't know what you're trying.
Heading towards the scuffle way over there. That's
Gotcha.
more fun.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, nothing. I don't see it affecting anything to the point where I'm gonna make you check for anything. So if you want to do your jump, you're welcome to. I don't know if it adds anything to.
He's trying to travel without difficult terrain.
So yeah, because if you can make it to over there, if that's beyond your, let's say your strength is 23, then you would be able to jump 23 feet from standing. Then you're good, right? You would just make it over there, and that's fine. You could do that. He'll get his opportunity of attack. you'll make your jump, and then you can move from here through here without difficult terrain, if that makes sense.
Sounds good. Yeah, I'll do just that.
Okay. I'll allow that. So then, how much ever you now it does. Now they say your jump counts as your movement, right? So it's like what was
Yeah.
let's say that was so it's 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 30's here unless you're dashing.
Time to dash.
Yep. That gets you
Fly
get you
in
down
and
there.
slam
Flies
into one
you.
of them in the back.
And you got it. And then the opportunity attack from that one. Have you taken any damage, Taroxys?
Nope.
Nope. Okay, so he gets a regular roll. From that, the deep diver, which would be.
I
That's
roll so
Taroxys?
low.
Nope, not gonna hit you.
Does Taroxy get affected by them? Because he doesn't have blood.
Here's the thing. Yeah, that's true, but based on the rules,
By gameplay,
if they're
Yeah.
hurt, it's almost like the rule is for blood in the water. It's like, oh yeah, they see that the enemy's hurt, but the rule also says if anybody's hurt, they get that advantage. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm sure you guys would use it, so I'm gonna use it. You guys wouldn't turn
Hell
that.
yeah, we'd use it.
Nick, yeah. So no, but he doesn't hit him anyway. It's gonna be
Yeah.
hard to hit Taroxys.
I don't think I hit the other dude either.
Yeah, 12. That doesn't. Oh, actually, what'd you get? I saw
11.
12. Ooh, you might have just missed hitting. You he literally just like ducked, and it wasn't even like he ducked with skill. He just dumb luck, just tipped his head down, and Troxy's horn went by
That's
him.
all right. This is what I bring the action surge for.
All right.
So as he dodges the horns, thinking he's safe, he is going to take a hammer blow.
Okay,
That's much better. A 22 to hit.
that's definitely gonna hit. Not being in a good place. 12 damage.
Wait, 3d10. That's going to be 35 damage.
Jesus. All right, with because you have two horns and just the nature of the way I see this happening, I'm gonna give you what do you call it? Cleave. So how do you kill both of them? They're both low enough. Yeah. So you're gonna pretty much that carry that the damage the 12 killed him, and then the carryover only would kill the other guy who only has the. So how do you kill both of these?
Yeah, so dodging the horns, he dodged towards his friend, and then he catches the hammer, and they both get smashed between the hammer and the rocks beside them. So two torsos get crunched into mush.
Nice. Done.
Is the big guy in range?
You now have. I mean, unless you have like a, something with reach. You're about a 5. You have a 5
I
foot
Do
between.
have something with reach.
Okay.
That is going to be my.
I mean, because you did action surge, which means you get your movement too, right? So yeah, you can just move up.
Well, it's one
Excellent.
additional action.
Oh, it's
I
one
think
additional.
is it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do have a halberd for this specific purpose.
Okay. Then you can.
That's going to do significantly less damage, but 18 to hit.
That's gonna hit. And you would have got advantage because he's pinned and.
I'll farm for the crit then. Nah, it's fine. That's just going to be 15 slashing.
All right, take it.
So I drop the hammer for a second without the halberd and just jab it into his side,
Nice.
and that's it.
He's hurting. While he's hurting, there is from Taroxys, Talmoon, you're up.
All right.
You guys are working these
Talmoon.
guys.
Talmoon's gonna be annoying, and he's gonna try to jump and curl forward, like to where this big dude, the Baron's head is, because he doesn't want to stab him in the foot. He wants to stab him in the face.
Okay.
So he's gonna run around these guys.
He's going around here to get in his face.
Yeah. Yep. Does 20 hit?
That hits.
Okay, both stabs. I stabbed down twice. Total for 22 damage.
Jeez, working.
And-
He's just getting like. He's getting like jumped like he's in prison right now. I guess guys. Yeah. Wow.
Triple team smackdown.
Yeah, brother.
And I will Who am I? Who am I within 5? Am I within 5 feet of both Apex and Pythias right now?
You are, but you also have this baddie who is now in contact with you. But here's Pythias, which you are within
How much-
5, and Apex.
How much speed have I used already?
You were here, and you were able to move without difficult terrain.
If I jumped around the rocks, I was.
Oh, so you jumped over is what you did. Yep. So that. So
Yeah.
then you just
I have a
used
merciful
that.
leap. I can leap.
So 15 feet is
Like
what you
16, yeah.
used. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna smile up at the Coral Warrior and duck back and see if he's stupid enough to swing at me.
He's a step back. Yep. He is, of course. He's gonna do it. He's not gonna hit you.
All right, I believe a 27 hits him.
Jeez.
So that's 13 damage, and then I move back in, smiling. Aha. I just stab him in the wrist. Stop that.
All right. As this is happening, just guys are working these guys. Is that in your turn? If it does,
Yeah,
then
that's-
tell Moon we're on Fitz.
I think somehow Fitz got scooted back a few.
Yeah, but
squares.
she's actually like
Okay.
she moved, but she's like really there.
Okay. There's that baddie on the outer edge that, from my perspective, looks like he's wearing a backpack. No.
Nope.
The other group.
That
Yeah,
one.
that guy.
Yep. That backpack is his shield,
It's
his
his
coral
shield.
shield. But yep.
Gotcha.
But yeah, you got
My
it.
brain was
Backpack
like,
man.
it's a backpack. I want to take the bow and shoot at him.
You got it.
Am I still at disadvantage because I'm in the
No.
water?
You're able to, because remember you're
She
able to
can see
stand.
now.
It was
Okay.
vision that was. He's well within range. It was vision that was
Fabulous.
throwing you off. Yeah.
Awesome. It's a 14 plus 8.
That's
Yes.
gonna hit.
So I'm pretty sure that hits.
Yes, it does.
And that is 10 points of damage for him.
Yeah.
Nice. 10 points. He kind of one of them. He pulls up that coral like made of like it's made of some kind of turtle shell, like sea turtle shell, and as he puts it up, that the bows of Nylea like burst right through it and like hit him in the chest. And he staggers back, but he's still alive. Yeah. You have more than one shot, or is that it? Yeah, otherwise we're Pythias.
No, I don't have another shot.
All right, Pythias, you're up.
Okay. I mean, how is he looking?
He's looking, being kind of like a champion. He's still looking pretty good.
Okay.
He's still fighting, but he I mean, the situation's not looking good for him, but he's looking all right.
Okay. Let's switch it up a little bit, seeing different tactics from our new cool uncle. I think this is going to be like, we didn't want to start this, but we're going to finish it. And he's going to go in and try to shove him with the shield.
Okay.
So let me roll athletics.
Athletics. He'll try to do back.
Okay, that's going to be a 19 athletics.
All right, 18. You beat him by 1.
Okay,
So
knock him prone.
prone. Yep.
hmm
And loses his. He's trying to defend from that bow attack, and then he turns back towards you. Of course, you knock him off his balance. He goes splashing down under that half a foot of water.
Yeah. Bonus action, Wrathful Smite,
Okay.
and I'm going to take an attack on him, which should be an advantage because he's prone.
Yep.
Rolling a 2 and a 3.
Oh, no.
What is that?
Oh no.
What does that get me? What? Hold on a sec.
I thought that was that 20 left.
I thought this is.
Okay. What die is the Bardic Inspiration? Is that a D8?
It's a D8.
It's a D8, and you hold on to it until it works.
Oh, well, let me just use it then.
Might be.
It's a 12 anyway, but I will continue holding on to it.
All right. So
Yeah, it's fail.
So when he hits the water, he just kind of tucks under the shield, and you're like ding, 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 like you like stab multiple times, but they all just go across. They scrape across that shield. Like he quickly tucks under it. As great move though. That would have hit. Good push there. The one that's over here with Leto will attack with his, Triton-like weapon towards you. Not gonna hit for an 8. Gonna do it again. Wow, rolled a 1 there. Not gonna get anything.
Does he still have the blood in the water effect as well?
He does have it.
Then he gets
His blood
advantage
for-
on him.
Oh, I didn't. Oh,
'Cause
you would.
I
You had been
scraped my
hurt.
arm.
I didn't know you were hurt, so I'll treat those 2 as the first attacks. I'll just roll these 2. Yeah, I forgot about that. So then, the highest of the second roll would be 16.
Still miss.
You'll miss. All
Barely
right.
though.
All right. We then move to. They're dead. They're dead. So the guy, the Baron that's on the ground, will just try to break free from the grapple.
Good luck.
Yeah. For 22.
I rolled the one thing that he needed to break it, which is a natural 1.
Oh shit! And so he will break that. And, I mean, doesn't get him much, but other than that, and standing up, and he'll try to start retreating. That'd be 2 opportunity attacks. So he'll just gonna stand up. He's gonna stand up and just and take that. Fine.
Yeah, Tumlin's still in there, by the way, but Tumlin doesn't have a reaction. I would have stepped back up. Yeah.
Oh, you would have been here. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't have a reaction anyway, so it's fine.
Got
I
it.
just wanted
Yeah,
to give you another target in case you're going to hit people.
He'll stand there, use his turn to break free. The Blade Master will stand up. And he will kind of like swim. Like he's on his back with the shield, and he starts to kind of like swim backwards on his back. He will take the opportunity of attack from Pythias, because that's the one who can give it to him. And he swims and pops up, if he's still alive, to Fitz.
Yeah. Does he count as prone?
Yes. So Fitz sees the shell coming, and then she pops up.
That is a good question, Mel.
Yeah.
Is he prone swimming?
No. Yes. He would be. No, he's not. Okay. Yeah. He would be. Here's the thing. What I'll say is I'll count him as prone for your attack. But it would count as him standing up and moving, right? But he's I'll still give you the prone. Yeah.
The things we didn't think we'd have to consider.
Yeah, right.
He looks mighty horizontal to me now.
I'll give you that because he's horizontal. You're stabbing down on the shield. Yep.
Yeah. So that's a 25 to hit.
That's gonna hit.
And that's, let us see. So
my brain was like, "Fuck, what? Wait, how?"
Do it like this.
And first level Divine Smite, because why not?
Yeah.
I know it's late for Josh. We're ending the game after this combat, of course.
No worries.
What is it? A plus. So that is 14 damage. He needs to make a Wisdom saving throw because of the Wrathful Smite.
Okay. 14 damage and needs to make a Wisdom save. All right.
Yeah.
For the Wisdom save, I don't know if he got it. Let's see. Probably not. No. With a 13?
Nope. Yeah, so he is frightened of me.
Okay, so he's frightened of you. Okay, so he's trying to get away. He's like, oh, none of that.
Okay, what other stuff? Is there anything else? Yeah.
So he is still alive.
Yeah, and haven't used this feature yet, but let me just double check that I can do this.
Stack those debuffs.
No, I'm gonna swim 15 feet toward him as he runs away because I can do that.
Jeez. Okay. He got a 15 to hit Fitz. I don't know if that's hits.
My AC is 16.
All right.
But
First one misses. Second, you haven't been touched, right? So yeah.
no,
so
sir.
Second one's a 19, 25.
It should be a disadvantage though, right? Because he's scared.
Now he's not
afraid
scared
of
of
me.
Fitz.
Yeah, he's not scared of me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but as long as you're within vision of him, he's still scared, right? Or is
Really?
that not fear?
I don't know.
Is
I
that not how this
think so.
works?
I've never taken
That's
it
how
that
fear
way.
works.
Really?
But yeah,
They have
but
disadvantage
it's
on
fine if
everything
you don't
they
take
do.
it that way.
If that's
Yeah.
taken, that means I have
As
never
long
been,
as
because
you
I've
can
always
still
been
see
treating
the
it. I've
person.
always
Yeah.
treated it as that person.
Yeah, basically the way that
It's-
D&D writes it is if the person who's afraid can still possibly see the person who they're afraid of, everything they attack is a disadvantage.
Yeah,
What it
I-
says in D&D Beyond is if they are within line of sight of the target that they're afraid of, they
Correct.
will roll ability checks and attack rolls with disadvantage.
Okay.
So if he's currently in view of Pythias, he would be at. But if you want to word it like he's behind him, then
Yeah,
Right,
his
I can word it as
back
he's
is
not
turned.
that way.
looking away from him, but
Yeah.
for this game, what I'll say is from now on, we will play it as written. Since I've never played it that way before, I'm gonna play it as he doesn't get disadvantage on these attacks.
Yeah,
this turn.
even
That's
as
fine.
writing, technically
Yeah.
he's not in line of sight.
Yeah, he's
so
not he's not
fine.
looking.
Yeah.
He's completely
You know,
facing
Josh,
away.
you know darn well what line of sight
Yeah.
means in D&D. Don't make me argue with you right now.
we have
So that's
360
11
dome
slashing
vision.
damage to Fitz, and he gets one more attack for 16.
Yeah.
Oh, that's my AC. That means it hits, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
for 12 slashing damage
Ooh, ouch.
on that one. He's done. Apex, you're up.
Mess him up.
Looks at the Baron.
Okay.
Ooh, you're about to feel the pain.
Nice.
And this is going to be a reckless attack.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
As you see Apex get up to the rocks, and he does a jump as he does the elbow.
Ugh.
So
The
is it
Apex
this
elbow.
rock? This he's just
Yeah.
going up here. Okay.
Let's research on that one. But
And what just go ahead and tell me. I don't know if it's just a regular attack that you're flaring, like you're.
It's a reckless attack, so
Oh, it's a reckless attack, so he's getting
yeah.
advantage, but then he'll have advantage on him, right?
Yes.
Got it.
Nat 20!
Oh shit.
Ooh.
People's elbow!
Give it to you.
we're letting it slide.
Yeah.
We're proud. We're still proud.
That is yeah, so as the elbow strikes, it doesn't actually, it like hits, but then you see this like this like streak of blue smash
Soul
into him,
knife.
as it is 30 points of psychic damage.
Wow. Are you killing him or knocking him out? How do you do it?
He is dying from this.
All right. So as it smashes in, I mean, where do you? Is it smashed like you're elbowing him like back of the neck,
Back
top
of the
head?
neck.
You hear this loud. Everybody hears this crunch, and as he collapses like a frame, like a doll, to the ground under the weight of Apex, splashing into the water, going up, and as Apex stands up, the body in the water is not moving.
And that doesn't even end my turn.
Okay.
As how far away is Fitz? from
Fitz
me?
is, if you're here, 10, 20, 30, 10, 20, yeah, exactly 35 feet away from you.
Okay, I'll use the rest of my movement to get there.
Okay.
As I come in with a lightning lariat, as as his arm goes out, smacking him
No.
across the
No.
neck.
Losing points for that one. No. No.
Are these the wrestlers' moves that you disapprove of?
No, he went to anime.
Yeah, he did switch over.
I did.
Lariat
You
is
gotta
a
keep-
wrestling move.
Yes, but he was supposed to stay attitude area.
He was supposed to stay WWE attitude. Yeah.
Called a
Fucking error.
clothesline.
And I don't think that hits. That is a 11.
That just misses.
Just
Called
like
the
in
right
wrestling,
name,
he
son.
ducks under the arm.
Yeah, he ducks under the arm like, oh. And they kind of clash, like, oh! They like clash again, and they step back. The guy using that shield to tuck.
A question, because I
Yes.
think once you declare a reckless attack, it stays for the rest of your turn.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Was that? Did you roll it at advantage?
Yeah, that was a 2 and a 4.
Oh shit. Okay.
All right. Completely, this is gonna be last turn. Leto, you're up. Anything you're
Cool.
doing here?
Yeah, I'm going to turn into Inzio from fucking Assassin's Creed 2 and jump from where I'm at to that column that's attached to where, no, the one that's attached to that one.
That one. So you're jumping
Yeah.
over here. Okay.
Yep. And in midair, he's just going to do like a front flip corkscrew and throw one dagger at shield fuck, and then bonus action other dagger at the one I was just
Alright.
at.
I got a dirty 20 to hit you.
That works.
For the, because it's the top of the round, so he's got his reaction back. And he would have done. Glaive.
Is he within 60 feet of me?
He is.
I'm gonna use silvery barbs and make him re-roll that 20, the d20 roll,
Okay.
and then I can give someone else advantage.
You got it. So for instead of 15, I think we'll miss.
Yes, it will.
Okay.
So Apo, I'll give you advantage.
Weird.
All right. So first attack at the shield dude that's in front. That's 26.
Yep. Which dude? This one right here.
Yeah.
Yep. This was like a pause on Leto's turn as he gathers.
It's so
all
many
these
dice, I
fucking
hate it.
dice.
That's why I don't play rogues too often. That is 29 points of damage.
29.
And for the second guy that I left, that is going to be 18 to hit.
So which one? The same one?
No,
Yep.
the one on the cliff that I just left.
That will hit.
Okay. And that will be 8 psychic damage on that one.
Alright. Takes it. 8 more.
Is that guy so strong?
You're still alive, yeah. Apple, you're up.
All right.
Last turn, Apple. Last thing you can do here.
All right. So here we go. So that's a 21 to hit.
Which one? Guy here, guy
Um,
there.
The guy right in front. Yeah.
You mean that in front? The blade master or the deep diver?
Blade Master.
Okay.
And then that's going to be 2d8. Let's see. Two. I get you. So that is going to be 11 more points.
Coming down. All right.
And
Almost
then
getting
I
weaker.
rolled I rolled the d4. So that's a 1 because it's -2 now, right?
Yep.
All right. So then it's I'm pretty sure that can't be shot anymore.
So yeah, it goes, and then
Yeah.
the little red light beams on the thing. Fuse goes out. It sparks. But It's a trusty, you can keep it as an artifact, but it is completely out now.
So I think for next, I'll jump down.
Okay.
And then swing that thing at him as an improvised weapon.
All right.
That is going to be 16.
Hits.
Nice. And what am I doing for damage for that? It's the same thing?
Improvised. Let's make it same thing as like let's do a
Do a maul.
like a club. What is a club 5e?
The club is what, a D6?
Four.
Like a
Club's a D6. I think.
D6.
Let's
have
make
a-
it a D6.
D6.
Club
Alright.
is a D4.
Oh, it is?
Club is a D4.
Mace,
but a maul's
I got
2D6.
a
club.
so
Yeah,
we'll
because I have a mace that's 1d6 plus 3.
Here's the thing. I'm gonna give it the maul the D6 because it's metal. It's
Okay.
like heavy. Yeah.
So that's going to be 6.
All right. Take 6. Pling, so you hit him in the back of the head. He kind of looks stunned for a second. He's still on his feet though.
Alright,
Um,
and then...
Does he have to be? Let's see what happens here.
Oh.
These guys are so strong.
Is that end your turn or?
Last thing I'll do is...
Yeah, they're not. They have a shit ton of hit points. But
that's it.
all right, Apple, tell Taroxys. Maybe you can.
Okay. Gosh, he's so far away. But I have
right.
a move that I do, and
Yep, and then hit him with the. He's gonna rush him and then hit him with the goring
I'm
rush.
aiming for advantage if I can. What he'll do is he'll throw down both the god weapon and the halberd for this charge, and when he gets there, he's gonna try and lift the dude up, and then repeatedly gore him on the horns.
Okay, rushing in, dropping both of your weapons, leaving yourself open in that manner. I'll treat this as give me. This doesn't count as give me a athletics check.
That's a dirty 20.
Okay. Go ahead and make your goring rush attack
With advantage?
with advantage.
Missed the first time?
I don't know. We'll find out. How's a 13 do?
That does not hit.
I hate everything.
It's like, so he like brings that shield down and like tucks it as you get slammed. You like push him like dramatically, cinematically. You guys can get pushed as everyone's fighting. Because you got the advantage on the other move, and it's the end of the game. You don't get any damage on him, but his shield goes wide and he's left open for whoever attacks next. So whoever is the next person to attack him gets advantage. That moves us to Talmud.
All right. I guess I'll waddle my way over there.
Rushing in the water, splashing around.
And we shall stab him. I'm debating using more resources, but I think he's close to dying. It's a dirty 20 and a 23.
20 and both of those hit.
2 stabs. Ooh, that's hot. 24 damage.
Done. How do you kill him?
He just got Taroxy's hit him and opened him up, so I'm just gonna follow him as he goes and just wait for the rapier as his momentum carries him through. The rapier slides in between his ribs up into his lungs.
Nice. He like starts to choke as his lungs can take in water. They can't breathe the blood that is filling them. And essentially he drowns in his own blood.
Stab him in the gill. Nasty.
Yeah. And collapses over and dies. Now the minute this happens, the last one, the one that's up here, stands. He kind of goes slack, and his eyes look empty. And he kind of blinks and wakes up, and he looks and he sees like all his brothers dead, and he sees you all. He goes, and he seems to be like completely different, but he's also fear, terror, anger. Part of him looks like he's gonna leap and jump into the fray. And even you, Pythes, you can't understand this language that it speaks. It's not quite Triton. Unless someone's gonna attack him, we're outside of combat here. He's fleeing. He kind of turns to kind of climb up the pillar and leap into one of the kind of cavern walls.
Hey guys, all his friends are dead, but it'd be impolite to let him live.
You guys do what you want to do.
Electric daggers are going at him.
You gonna attack him?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, Taroxys told me to take care of him, so I have to. Otherwise, I'm gonna get shit from Trax.
You get advantage on the daggers that you're tossing.
That's right, you got jumped in, homie.
Don't look at me, little puppet.
That's gonna be 25 to hit.
Hits.
Yay, rogues.
Hold on. Drop sack of dice.
Do we just call him Little Puppet?
You should get him like a little calculator that beeps so that we
That's
always know when
bad.
he's doing the math.
Yeah, sorry. That's literally 24.
So he-
And second dagger is gonna be a 26 to hit.
Oh, yeah. he's trying to get away. He's gonna leap. That first one hits him, and he's like, ah! And he staggers and jumps over. You see him bleeding profusely from his back. He grabs onto a cavern.
9 psychic for the second.
And he literally had 10 hit points left. So with that, 9, he just collapses over. And that one, he would essentially just bleed out as he falls off the wall, hits the ground. It's almost like that for you all, that moment where someone would need to save you and stabilize you, he's just dying in the water. Leto knows he's dead. Knows he will die. And then from behind you all, you hear like a... What's going on in here? Oh, you killed him. As you spin around and this giant that Tarachi said would come and circle back. I hated those guys. You killed them. Thank you.
You're welcome.
We hated them and killed them.
But I didn't hate them. I hate the thing that controls them. They did no wrong. The fish in the cavern up ahead, it is evil. It can control you.
Is it a bigger fish?
It is I have never seen it. I dare not go close to it. Only seen its top of its fin skimming the water, but it usually stays in the deep. Sometime I heard its voice once and almost succumbed to it. I will not go that way.
Roxys leans down to Pythias and fake whispers, "There's always a bigger fish."
Someone destroyed my home as everything is collapsing. Don't know. Do you know who might have done this?
Collapsed things? No, don't know.
Well, if you find a dragon beast about so big, he describes the size of a dog. For you, like a large, like a very large, like a lion. He kind of goes like this. I lost my pet Grom. He is a dragon dog. He is my friend. But he did go that way, a way in which I cannot go. But if you bring him back to me, I will share with you the location of a great treasure here in this cave.
Oh my god, you guys, we have to do that.
By the way, as during this time, Apex would have climbed the wall to grab those crystals.
As you do
Yes!
that, Apex, can I have just a straight up, no athletics, just straight up strength check to pull one of these things out of the wall?
And that is a 12.
Okay, you're able to chisel a smaller one, not one of the. You realize they're really deep, and not that Apex is not strong enough at Sin Point to carve one of these larger rocks, but if he, at this point, if you were to stay there for a long period of time, you could probably get a larger one. But with your action just clawing, you're able to scrape like a smaller one of this little gem out, and it kind of glows green in your hand. What do you do?
I leap down in front of Fitz.
I got this.
Apex, you're so cool.
Gives you a thumbs up. And then does the finger guns.
Well, I don't want to
This
stay
is
here.
officially fangirling.
Collect as many of those rocks as you want. But now that this room is, well, this could make... No, it's too close to that thing. I will go back to my perch. And the giant begins to walk away.
Hey, Mr. Big Guy, what's your name?
My name is... he actually has a name. It is... I go by... call him, I'm forgetting for a second here. Too far from my... Oh, that's what happened. Got thrown off when we were trying to find the laser information.
I think that's not a problem anymore.
He is, yeah, right. He is, Palamos. My name is Polymos. And yours, little one.
Hi, I'm Fitz. This is the Bronze Bullies. Don't be intimidated by our name. We're actually very nice.
That is good. This place is dangerous. Why have you... Well, I don't care why you've come here. Just please help me if you find my Grom. Tell him to come home.
We will take special care to look for your special pet. Grom?
Grom. He is a... And he shows the size again, which is like, to you, like a large animal. Large wolf-like size creature. Well... do you need anything else from me?
What kind... You said you've never seen the big bad fish up ahead? Just its fins?
It looks like a fish. But when it talks to you in your mind, it is anything but.
Do you know what it does? Like what we should be prepared for?
You see these things you killed?
Uh-huh.
They were... It enslaves you. It makes you work for it. Do its bidding.
Great. Okay.
This is why my Polymos brain not good. I smash things. I throw rocks. I'm not going to mess with the mind monster.
It relates.
We're gonna take care of that mind monster for you. We'll check in on our way out.
As he kind of walks away and makes a space, you all stand there. Any last thoughts here, or just before we close out?
Man, I'm really glad we didn't kill that guy.
Oh, you say.
He was like sneaking up and cutting his throat in his sleep. I was just completely.
Well, that would have been a loss.
It would have happened. Could have done it.
If we killed him and we found the dragon dog, that's our dragon dog.
It still could be our dragon dog.
Nephew, you got some interesting and good friends here. And
Roxy
that's on the back.
walks over to Apex and puts out a hand. You fight good, little man.
And you fight good, Metal Man.
I was waiting for
There's
this
even
moment. I
more.
had a gift prepared.
Oh,
How-
God.
How are people doing? I'm not doing so great.
Oh, yeah, that hurt a lot.
That really did.
Should we sit down for a while?
Yeah, can we take like a breather? Good grief.
Should we go hang out with your new friend, or should we do it here?
Still trying to get some of those rocks if we stay here. I mean,
If
How
you
does
need to
that-
rest, I will keep watch. I am untouched by these fish.
Lucky.
Anyone else?
Yeah, Apex will spend the time trying to gather more rocks.
So they're taking a short rest, long rest, or they just kind of.
Short rest?
Short rest, I would think.
Short rest, yeah. We haven't been awake for long enough to take a long rest, I don't think.
Yeah.
we could all pull Proximus and just sleep a lot. It's cool.
It's the new team tradition. We must sleep 16 hours a day.
So I imagine to take this long rest, they kind of probably find their way up onto one of the perches or rocks outside of the water to sit there for that hour, and they prepare to continue deeper into this cavernous system in search of. Strangely, they don't even know what they're hunting, but they're they are here. They're in the now. They're in the know. They have a new companion. Hopefully, Jerome is doing well back there watching with the skeletons, watching Proxinos.
Dear Jerome, I hope you're okay.
He's teaching them how to do the Thriller dance.
Mm.
And can I have wisdom save from everyone?
Oh no.
Oh,
No, that's not
Yes,
how
you
you end a
can.
happy episode.
That's what. Oh,
Natural
I
20 for
apologize.
23.
Oh, wow. Somehow 25.
Is this by
14.
any chance a magical effect?
It's you would get advantages. It's not magical actually.
Who's all
not
around
magical? Okay.
Pythias, though?
Yeah. Who
Yeah,
wants to have
magical.
+4 on your saves?
+4, I need that. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I'm about to become a very big problem.
Uh-oh.
That's a 7.
Yeah.
Apex
What
is
kind
a
of-
7.
What kind of save was it?
Wisdom.
Wisdom. Okay, 18.
With
So-
Pythias' help, I have a 9.
Yeah, 17 with Pythias.
With Pythias, I got an 18.
So it's just I think it's just Apex and Taroxys are sitting there,
Two big ones, yeah.
and their
Awesome.
eyes kind of glass over for a second, and there's something whispering to them. I am primordial. I was here upon the foundations of the gods. And if you are going to kill my slaves, then you must replace them. And as their eyes kind of get really, really dark, we're pushing in on both Taroxys and Apex. We'll crash to black and end our session.
No!
Guess I'm killing Apex.
Well,
Guess we're
that's what
gonna
I'm
have to
worried
take our
about. Is
family.
I feel like the two of us are built in a way that
It's a problem.
Oh,
we
no.
are a problem.
Yeah.
That's okay. Pass it slow.
Well, I mean, if it comes down to that, you don't have. Well, no, now you do. Shit, fuck. You do have action surge. Yeah, we're screwed.
It's got action surge back.
Yep, we're fucked.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll slow them both. Apex
Good
is
luck
getting
slowing Apex.
You slow Apex's 200 to 100.
Yeah.
No, I slow them for the action economy, not the speed. Who cares about the speed?
Wow.
Oh
That-
my
I
god.
don't
That's
wanna
crazy
do
that both of them. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's gonna be a fun boss fight.
No.
Oh, this is bad. This is gonna be bad.
Josh and Nick, fight your party. Let's.
I'm too young to
That's the
die.
thing.
Dream team.
Luckily, no. Josh would have walked over and picked up his weapons too. But
Oh
Yep.
my gosh.
I would just leave them. That was for dramatic effect, not to like just leave them in the water.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Good stuff. Well,
Yeah.
sorry for being a little bit long, Josh, but you know we're all
No worries.
good stuff. Always good times.
I will take the opportunity to take off, but I
Yeah.
am in deep fear and apprehension on what comes next. So
Backup
see you guys when I
character.
see you.
Good night.
See you then.
Yeah.
All right. Take care. Oh man, that is a double problem. That is.
Oh no.
Yeah, the two heavy melee hitters. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a fucking problem.
yeah. Unfortunately, the smart.
I might
move
want to
was
scream
take
for the
down
giant to
Tarazzi's.
come back and help us. Like, come back, giant. Bye, my sweetie giant.
Hey, we need you to throw rocks at someone.
Dang. So
If he
they're
can just
if
knock him
they're-
out, we're good.
Yeah.
If they're already charmed, I can't do counter charm.
You
Nope.
can
Yeah.
give them advantage. You give us advantage if we try to save again, but I don't know.
If there is a save again.
Yeah, if
I don't know if
Yeah.
there's gonna be a save again. I feel like y'all are kinda.
Dominated.
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I can't even run away against Apex.
No.
No.
I mean, you
we'll
can
see how it goes.
try.
Yeah, you guys aren't in as much trouble as you think, but yeah.
If I slow him, I can. If I can slow him, I can dash after that. It's just that first turn that's the problem.
I think you'll be okay, but you know.
Yeah,
So is Apex running on top of the water so that if I swim under the water, he has to like stop and then reach down?
He's not that fast. I mean,
Honestly, I couldn't have. That was a
pretty
great.
fast.
I couldn't help but end it that way, especially with knowing the creature and knowing like these fuckboy, versions of these characters that you guys have created. It's like they're perfect for like a wisdom save monster that takes control.
Oh
of it.
yeah, no.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. But I'm joking with you guys. You guys make great characters, but yeah, Apex is gonna be a problem.
It's gonna be.
Erebos
big
is gonna
killer.
send Proxinos back real quick and be like, "Hey man, get back in your body, 'cause we don't need this guy in the game for much longer."
It's all good.
By the way,
Send
did
that
you,
wacky uncle home.
he'll
What'd you say?
make his appearance and then he will fly right out like a shooting star.
Oh, he's great. I'm
Oh,
enjoying him. I
fuck.
enjoyed his everything.
Taroxys, are you still wearing the wings?
yes, he is.
He's gone.
He's gone, but was still wearing the wings.
He still has them like folded up on his back. I imagine they like fold up kind of like Rocketeer, like they're flat.
Yeah, would he be able to have gotten through that tight cave with them on?
Yeah,
Or would
he
we
could've
have
made
had to
with
put
them
them away?
folded up. He would. Yeah, I imagine that they fold up real tight and
Like a
almost
jetpack.
like a jetpack, and then they open up. They're kind of like they're probably like when they're all together. They probably look more like a shield, with different layers, like feather layers, like a shield on the back, and then they open up. Yeah. So
you
very
just pull
very
it off his back, right?
archangelish, mechanical wings. Yeah. So yeah, you'd have to. They're still got straps.
Straps.
So cut
All right,
those.
aim for those. Let them fall. Got it.
Renee, hope you like your new uncle.
Oh God.
Yeah. No. That's the thing.
Did you guys talk about that, like him being your uncle at the beginning of
We
this?
just talked about him
No.
being the uncle, and that was about it.
That was
Yeah.
good.
I told him I'm like, save the rest for the game. I'll be surprised, and then I'm like, oh my God. This is
I
Oh my gosh.
love it. I love this so much. This has like Terry and Darrington vibes all over it.
I mean, the good thing is like I could probably grapple him and try and put him to sleep in the chokehold.
You could try.
Yeah, you could definitely try.
I didn't say do. I said I said try.
Like,
Yeah,
I'm
great.
actually shocked you failed a few of those grapples. I was like,
Because
damn.
I have disadvantage on all my rolls right
He's
now.
exhausted. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
like you
Oh my god.
at one point you had a dice pool of 2d8s at your disposal.
D6 and a D8. But yeah, that
No, hers is a d8 and so are ours.
no, because I'm not a level 8.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, because of the inspiration, I got that to a 28 because I rolled an 8 on the die.
Yeah, that was literally, I
So
wrote
insane.
that down as my favorite quote for the day. I rolled an 8 on the die, so that's a 28 for athletics.
Yeah, like really?
All right.
Really?
Yeah.
Broken.
It was perfect.
Yeah. That's the deal.
Yeah, that's what it was
Hysterical.
made
That's
for.
the rogue with expertise in grappling
Yeah.
or athletics.
Yeah. If that guy stays in the party, he'll be fighting Hellion before you know it. Like, you'll have to, or everything will be just like, I can't fight them with anything unless it's
I am not convinced that I'm not going to try to kill him in his sleep. He's trying to usurp my place beside Syroxes. I do not get good
man.
vibes.
I don't know how you're gonna feel about
Yeah.
Taroxys when he's taking that hammer to you.
Jeez.
I mean, I'm faster than Syroxes, okay? Him I can run away from.
I'm totally with Jason. You hit all great WWE Attitude Era references. You know all the way up till that was fun
Fucking
too. The
lightning
anime
lariat.
stuff, but everything else is so like straight from my childhood. Was like, this is fantastic.
All right, instead of lightning Larry, he could have just called it the discus Larry because that's an actual move. All right,
It is.
there.
I'm not mad at any of it. It was fun.
God. Macho Man would have been fucking proud.
I
as
heard
shit, though.
I heard the Naruto scream in the background as he was saying it, which is
Nick,
why
are you a wrestling fan or did you just do a lot of research?
I just did a lot of research.
Okay. Yeah.
Our man just did a people's elbow off the top rope to a standing opponent. He's a wrestling event.
Well, it's fantasy, so I'm wondering.
It is, but like, yeah.
He's like,
That's why I'm so happy that he actually was using real wrestling.
Was using
things.
real wrestling moves. Those are great.
He actually
Those,
when they did research. Look at this.
when
guy.
I saw him build him, I was like, okay, he's got the ultimate, because we told me it was based on Ultimate Warrior. I was like, that's the Ultimate Warrior paint. He's got that down. He's got the Ultimate Warrior. He's got the lion, because the Ultimate Warrior had lion hair, so it makes sense for him to be a Leonin. So I was like, oh, this is great. Just kind of like fucking pump constantly.
The fact that belt plays that. Oh my god.
It's the only song.
If
I
we
love
survive, I can cast silence on that thing.
Every town, every city that we enter, that's
Oh,
gonna get
man.
played the moment.
And a misty, like, and it's a fog machine too.
Yeah. I forgot about that. He has his own pyro with him.
His own pyro. So good. Oh man,
This is
that was
amazing.
fun episode. Yeah, man. I didn't know how that was gonna work. Trying to do the dungeon crawl, because I had made a Roll20 version of it, but I was like, no, I actually want them to feel like you're in a cave and you don't really know where everything is, and somebody's got to figure it out. So hopefully your map maker's doing. Who is did Nikki? Did you take on that? Sweet.
Let me see.
Yeah.
I think. If I
Oh,
It
nice.
always
That's
has to
cool.
be either Nicky or Colin.
Yeah.
The rest of us aren't gonna take
no,
notes.
no.
Yeah, because you remember old
Renee's
D&D,
drawing.
you would have graph paper, and somebody would literally draw the square, like draw on graph paper, and have to figure out like where everything was.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So,
That's why I was glad I used it, like the
Yeah.
Doan notebooks, because it's already like that. It's lines and graph, and I'm like, we're good.
Malcolm, did you do the dungeon before I made the character, or then after?
before you made the character,
Okay,
I had no
yeah.
clue.
Because the one of
That's the thing is the monster. I didn't plan. I didn't like look at your character sheet and then go, oh, that's what I'll do. That everything that's here was already laid out.
I wasn't talking about the monster. I was talking
Oh.
about the dungeon layout, because specifically one of the flaws that Apex has is he has no sense of direction.
Oh, okay, got it. See, I had no clue. Yeah, I had no clue.
That's why he just sticks in that squared circle. That's all.
He's just like
That's hysterical.
Man,
I'm just listening to this.
he
I'm
actually
just like-
made the whole you actually made the whole traveling through the tunnel more difficult because I literally said if someone if they describe themselves kind of, because usually characters will describe themselves being kind of stealthy, like we swim through. I was like, this I'm gonna treat it as like, based on what I hear, how much sediment gets kicked up, and then you were just like, I run dead into the water, and I was like, oh yeah, they can't see shit. Like
I was about to wait for Pythias. But then this jackass was like, I'm gonna have the balls to run through, and then I was like, well, you're not going out to.
And then I thought Pythias was gonna go through, pop out, check it out, and then go all the way back, and then just take everyone like all the way through, like like together, or like
I
one
was
at a
definitely
time.
waiting for the rope train.
Oh man,
Yeah, I thought about that too. I was like, we probably should have just tied
the rope
ropes
train,
to, like,
yeah.
lead the way.
It's actually I listen to these there's like this guy on YouTube that I listen to a lot of during the week. This tells these true crime stories and also just weird events that happen. And one of them is a terrifying true story of this cave called the Death Cave. I forget where it's at. It's in Wisconsin or somewhere, but it's a cave.
That sounds like a place people should visit.
It's between two boulders, and it's in the ground. It's like a hole in the ground, and so you can crawl down into it. And there's a pond.
The fuck?
And so supposedly no one knew where this thing was. And these kids one night, they were all sitting up talking at the house, and one of the girls says, "No, I know there is a real cave. I know where it's at." So sure enough, they all go out there in the middle of the night. They go out there and they go down into the cave, and there's this cold, frigid water pool, which is kind of where I based the idea on this. And someone has already gone through, and this is how everyone knows where the cave pocket is that there's a rope coming out of that cold water. So you take that rope and you swim down, and you have to hold your breath, and you have to pull yourself through a tight, a tunnel. You pull yourself all the way to the other side, and that rope is wrapped on a stalagmite sticking out of the ground. Now you can kick it in this little tiny air pocket cave, and then when you're ready to go back, you pull yourself along the rope. So these kids went and they did it, and I think it was 5 of them, and one of the guys said, "Nah, this is too weird. I'm gonna stay up here and I'll just wait for you guys." So 5 minutes goes by. He hears them all go down and it gets quiet. 10 minutes goes by. 15 minutes goes by. He's calling out for them. No responses. So after 25, 30 minutes, he goes back. He calls the police. They come out there, and within an hour, they find all 4 of his friends on the journey back got stuck. So the girl who was leading them all back, I forget what happened, is her clothes got caught on a snag. So she panicked. She opened her mouth and she drowned. Because they all went at the same time, they all got stuck. And because they were all stuck behind each other in a row, the last guy, all he needed to do was back out. But by the time he realized they were drowning, he panicked and he drowned too. And because of the sediment, no one could see. And they all were just there in the tunnel, dead.
Sounds like the worst way to die.
Oh
ever.
my God. It's terrible.
I guess Tony's gonna have to have a funeral for the rest of y'all.
It's I know there's such terrible stories, but it was just that happens to people. Oh my God.
That's crazy.
But the things that people do, the places that they'll go, and just
So that's going to be Jerome.
Yeah, that would have been Jerome. Jerome would have been.
Yeah, that would have been Jerome.
Guys, it's been a while. What's going on?
And, yeah, those kind of stuff. I mean, I can imagine not pulling yourself through. And then there's one story where these people went and they cave dove, and then they went into this cave where it's at certain times of the year the water in the cave rises, and there just happens to be, while they were going through, a storm hit from outside. It flooded, the water poured in, and so they were all stuck in the passage. When the water poured in, nowhere to go out. Pretty much, let's say it took you 20 minutes to get back. 20 minutes holding your breath, you're done. Just water pours in, and just that's why I'm done. No, thank you. I am
bro.
Absolutely no, thank you. Dungeon
No
crawling.
spelunking for me.
Actually,
I didn't have to know what
now.
spelunking was.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Sorry, not to be downer, but that's where a lot of, when I was listening to all these stories, and I was like, dude, caverns are actually effing terrifying. You go into the Underdark in the D&D, you're just I'm in a cave. Fuck no. It's
It's quite treacherous.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Sign up to
everyone
that.
in the Discord tomorrow, let's put our nightmares that Malcolm just gave us.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Drowning in caves.
He already
I
did
know.
that like the third game in when he's just like, by the way, there's sharks underneath this.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, I had nightmares for a week.
I so wanted some sharks. I should have added some to this fight because I realized the Sahuagin can control sharks. So that,
No, it's fine.
Oh shit!
It's
There wasn't
fine.
enough people to control Benefo.
And this is fresh water, right?
yeah.
Dude, I don't think the sharks would be okay.
Oh, yeah. Then they wouldn't be okay. Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
No
see?
We
seawater.
need
And
we
it's
need
sharks. Colin.
I wouldn't have. Yeah, and I wouldn't have put sharks in the cavern system. So no, it wouldn't also
fair.
work because they wouldn't. Yeah.
bull sharks can survive in both.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Bull sharks are
Don't
a-holes.
give him ideas.
They are. They eat anything in